more than the body. You must realize even the body is a result of the soul. And every situation is a result of the soul. There's nothing to do but to be soul. To be complete soul, then love. Soul becomes love. Get in tune with your soul. They are lost souls. They are lost souls. They don't have their soul. So I can put my information. ELIGO is going to put his information in them to make them do what he wants them to do.
Guys,
That's
can you
called
hear?
a
Let me know if you can
virus.
hear it. I just wish I could
That is
have
what
been
a
able
virus does. Look up a virus.
to put on when he was talking about
Hijacks
Shiva.
beings with their information. They slide up and insert their information and hijack people's lives. And that is the virus. You are the cancer of the planet, ELIGO. And the lies and the perspective you live from is dis-ease. And that is why everybody who's there experiences dis-ease. Star of this movie. Good luck if you trying to take me down. I feel like Sakuna. Demons get beat when you're one with them. I'm seeing 360. Light in the dark, it go round and round. These tyrants is petty. Reclaim my soul from the lost and found.
But this stuff is getting very weird.
Use imagination. You can change your station. Maybe just believe.
But I told you guys all this
1,
was going to
2, I
happen.
see 3. We're going to talk about knowledge soon, guys. We're going to build eventually on all of the knowledge soon. I have a lot to teach and to share with y'all in very fun, beautiful ways. Yeah, 1, 2, I see 3. We're projecting our realities, basically. It's way deeper than that. It connects to all kind of different esoteric codes. It's a number, so it's the root of many, 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 many things that you'll find in occult knowledge through the numbers.
But I told you guys I knew that it was going to be Soular, True, or one of them was very close on the Natureboy that was going to
This
be
nigga, bro.
there to bring
No,
him
the threes
down.
are okay. Numbers
And
are
he's
okay,
saying some
guys.
stuff. He's dropping a
branding
lot of
something that's
stuff.
good as bad. Just like Hitler did the swastika. Hitler branded something good as bad, right? Because the swastika is now a symbol of Nazi Germany. But if you look it up, it's a symbol in every single nation and religion throughout all time. We've always used it as a symbol of the seasons changing. But this good symbol is now demonized. And if you put it up, it's scary because Hitler used that symbol. 3 is a good symbol, guys. It's not a bad thing. It's a number. Every other number is just as important as 3. None of them could exist without each other. That's his mentality. He's wrong. No, 3 is the most important. No, it's not, bro. It's not. Everything is equally as important. You need all 9. You need all 9 to ever even cycle again. You don't even understand life to be calling yourself 3 God. You limited being. You're not even that smart, bro. You don't even know what you're doing.
Wow.
And the people like me who see it and know these truths, it's like, yeah, that's facts, yeah. We know this, though. See what I'm saying? People like us who's in the cult didn't know that, and there's people who was following who don't know that. Reese, you know that. A lot of people are unsure. A lot of people are unclear. If that is a tool that you don't need to fix your shit to go to where the fuck you're going, leave it alone. Other people might need that tool, and you're just being salty in the room for people who would like to grab that tool. You're showing your card. You're showing us where your ship's going. So please continue to comment. Show us where your heart is. Let your heart be your guiding key. It's what you're doing. That matters. This man is wrong and evil, bro. And the knowledge is wrong. There is no white supremacy to fear. There is no floods or earthquakes to fear. There's none of that to fear. They've been running and governing people by fear forever. These people right here are being kept there by fear. And it is
Wow.
called biochemically toxemia. See me with knowledge. See me with knowledge. Toxemia has them under a tight leash. Fear, all of them. You better sit right. You better sit up. You better not speak out. You better not look different. You better not act different. You better not cough. You better not sneeze. You better not fart. You better not breathe too hard. You better not look too sad. You better not. Or else they gonna see me for who I am. Eligio.
Wow. He's
And
ripping
remind
those
ourselves
sheets
this is
off.
a war. This is not play. This is not to take.
Me versus me, baby. There is no war but that with the self. Fuck the level. The level can change and the goal stays the same.
As
an
entrepreneur, as a creator, I'm 24/7 on the go.
This is sad though.
Job 5 makes it very easy
I want to salute
to take lightly. This is not to sit back and not keep the knowledge in the kingdom of God. It's still here. Yes, it's right. And we have to ourselves every day that keep the knowledge no matter what. So if you're in tune with the message.
We have to remind ourselves every day that fuck my son, I can't say my son, I can't talk about how I think of that all the time, or I have to remind myself to say fuck everything that really matters to me to do what I have to do today to support this nigga.
And we have to remind ourselves every day that keep the knowledge no matter what. So if you're in tune with the message, if you're an indigenous child of the land, black, brown, melanated.
Bruh, I can't wait till Malia step into
If
a power.
you
I cannot wait.
If you're in tune with what we're saying, get in tune with the knowledge. Teach, proclaim the kingdom of God. Don't let the knowledge sit by the wayside. You can't forget about 3. You can't forget about our Father God.
You do not let the knowledge sit by the wayside. Eligio Bishop is not my father God. He has a church name, yes. That's what people do. They name their kids after gods and holy shit. Yeah. Yeah. Eligio Bishop, a pope, someone who says you need them to connect to God. It's the Antichrist. That's not what I teach. That's not the knowledge that I know, and that's not why I came here. You put out certain frequency that I like, a certain smell called truth, and I came to that. And then I was there, and I noticed that you take that truth, once I got to the source of truth, you take it and you sprinkle it and use it bits and pieces in certain places to make unjust things just.
Someone say what he's doing is purging.
But you look
So that's
back
why
at
he's,
everything, it's messy,
saying
bro.
all this stuff.
It's messy and violent and disturbing. He's not my father God. He did not teach me the knowledge that I know. Didn't. My father taught me. My mother taught me. They were my first teachers.
Wow.
They would be my higher self, but I mean, they taught me first. And if Eligio is my higher self, because he taught me some. Pice taught me some. Malia taught me some too. So did Zoka. Shit, even Princess taught me something. Are they my higher self now? Well, I guess everything's my higher self. If everything's my higher self, then I'm protected. I'm safe. I have nothing to fear. I can just be the being that walks and lives in love.
And the thing about it, what scares me is that they come on social media.
I don't need to try to control everything.
Instead of get them the right kind of therapy that they need, get
in
professional
accordance to
therapy.
my heart's compass. And that's all I teach people through the readings.
And I think that Natureboy,
Every
he
reading
goes
is
support
beautiful,
this
deep,
month.
esoteric, and a special connection. It's that real. Anyway, back to the shenanigans. Where you going? Okay. Oh, you. Is it raining?
It was.
You just stop.
Yeah. Bring it to me.
Okay. Oh, you're going to the gas station.
Wow.
Yeah, come back.
Get out ice cream or something.
You want ice cream?
Yeah, bring me back something.
I don't know if this truly is happiness, guys, or it's just for show. I don't know if he's trying to go ahead and
If they have
promote,
something chocolate,
you know, his music.
preferable,
I don't know.
if you can mix anything with chocolate and mint,
And the reason why I say that because they do a lot on
Surprise.
social media.
complete surprise.
Okay.
And when I don't eat, I'll just save it in the freezer. So, you got the money already? Okay. Love you too. You got enough? Just take a 5 too. Just take 1 5. I just keep one always just in case because that instinct pops up. It's like, okay. That's what I did when I got the dustpan yesterday. It's in the wallet.
Put the rest in there.
Go ahead.
Use imagination. You can change it.
Damn, nigga, I thought about that too. I'm like, this shit worth a lot. Ah, this shit gross. Oh my gosh, I know this video is such a mix up of fucking fucked up shit and then love and then connecting and then inspiration and then spiritual journey and then what the fuck was that? I know. God damn. Love you too, baby. I don't know. How do you undo the spells of 3D healing? That is a good question, my friend. And I'm going to be doing that for you. Now, in order to do it, you must be able to, number one, tap into yourself and listen to your own heart. Because what it is that you're going to see him doing what he's doing in a moment and you're going to feel it's off. And then you're going to justify to yourself that it's okay. And that was the problem right there. You know. You have to realize and break that invisible chain spell. Like you know, at any given day, I could just go downstairs, get Solar Noon from Sheba, just walk out the front door, and then just keep walking and just never come back. And then so what? You're not bound there. And there's this ideology of being bound there. And what it's called gaslighting. And they refuse to acknowledge it. They refuse to acknowledge narcissism, and they refuse to acknowledge gaslighting. They're afraid to do certain things because they're going to be looked at like this. And they're going to convince themselves to look at themselves like that if they do this. If I tell the truth about what I've gone through with this man and why I'm trapped here, or I'm stuck here, and then I'm this, and I'd rather be stuck here and trapped here and blame myself rather than become this disloyal person or this distasteful person or this snake. Or you're gaslighting me. I know what the fuck I am. You can't tell me who I am. You're telling me what you're afraid of. And you're telling me that if you leave, you feel like this is how they'll look at you. And here's a video of 4 women telling you why they won't leave. Because they're afraid of they'll be looked at the way that they describe us to be.
Because this knowledge will reign in the end. Pyramid. And there's nothing better than it. And so we can't get distracted with worldly things. We can't get distracted with what's going on. Yes, watch the news. Yes, be interested, but never get distracted from the point at hand, from divine truth, absolute truth. Because we're still in a war. When you portal into this realm, you portal into war. This is serious. We're here standing on truth.
When you portaled into this realm, you portaled into war. You portaled into war, guys. Welcome to Planet War. You baby soul. We're sending you to Camp Head Top. You portaled into war, baby. Welcome back.
That's a wrap for Nature
I hope
Boy.
you got some rest.
That is a
This
wrap.
is the world of war.
Once one of his men that was close to him let loose and start talking, that's it.
I don't live like that. Y'all shouldn't live like that. That's wrong. It's okay, guys. You're allowed to have a good day. The same way you portaled into this realm is the same way you portal into any realm. Where was I before I portaled into this realm? Another one? And what realm will I go to next? Maybe that's more important. Maybe about complaining about this realm and what's going on in this realm, I should go to the one I'm saying we should be in. I should just go there. Because then the people who are supposed to be there are there. So I'm just going to put my ass where the fuck I'm supposed to be. No, I'm going to complain about the place I'm in where I don't want to be. And I'm going to complain about it. And I'm going to blame it for what the fuck I'm going through. I'm not understanding.
Look at what's happening to the earth right now. Earthquakes, it's flooding, thunderstorms,
Fear,
it's
and more
droughts,
fear.
everything going on right now to show you that they are killing, stealing, and destroying from nature, from our...
Newsflash. We've been doing that shit. Humans fucking suck. We've been doing this shit. Not in America, in the world. In the fucking world. We just have more cameras on. There's just more cameras now. It's just more cameras now. This isn't new. The war is with yourself. You don't have a war with white people or white supremacy or different people who are different. You don't have a war with different. You have a war with you. Thought you were supposed to keep the knowledge. The level don't matter. Master your character.
From our cell, our organism that is living and breathing. You can't even breathe the air of the earth no more. You're walking around with a mask on your face. It's that serious. And this is a serious matter. Our husband is behind bars.
Fear.
For something he didn't do. But it's big.
Keep the knowledge, right? Keep the knowledge. He's behind bars for something that he did do. And if he's behind bars for something that he didn't do, and that's true, and if I'm saying he's behind the bars for something he did do, and that's also true, well, then he must be behind the bars because he's supposed to be. We'll see how that plays out.
It's political. It gets political now. Now we look into the system and what's going on with the system and how they got the rules and regulations set up. How is everything going in the system? How is the black woman treating the black man?
Everybody's being treated fucked up. Black people getting treated fucked up. White people getting treated fucked up.
You go free, he go behind bars.
Stop separating people.
How you get to disrespect your husband, the only man that's there for you, the only black man that understands you? Look at the color of your skin, black woman.
Y'all, every other black male heard that, right? Black females who know black males, y'all heard that, right? I hope they ain't saying ELIGO is the only guy.
That's a
I
wrap
hope
for
we ain't
Nature
saying
Boy.
that. I know we ain't saying that. You must be talking about like another dude, because I know it's some black men out there, strong, big, tough built black men who are going to treat a woman right, who are going to treat people right, who has divine knowledge of self. I'm sure the nigga exists. I'm sure there's a couple of them. ELIGO's not in that category. ELIGO's a little boy that's just now turning into a teenager in a grown man's body publicly. Missed the spiritual journey train. Now it's trying to reclaim it, but won't own it. All the knowledge you tell us to own, you don't own. All the knowledge you tell us to keep, you don't keep. I'm very confused with when it comes to you guys. That's a problem because I'm so clear. Things are so clear. Eligio seems clear until you find out he's lying, and then you understand why they're all so confused. You see them like they're so confused and lost. No, they're lied. They're played. They're played. Same way a pimp can be in front of the home, be like, "Yeah, that's my bitch. She know what time it is. Ain't that right, bitch?" And she be like, "Mm-hmm." Same way they played. Nah, these are my disciples. They know what time it is. You my disciples, right? Yeah. It's a program. They program. They not them. I know their programs. They're not being them. I know them. I know their potential. I would love to reveal their charts with them to everyone, but they have amazing potential. I have all their charts in my phone. Everybody. I know everyone's purpose.
Honor and value what he say because he's a man. Because you're supposed to enhance his ego, enhance his mind.
Honor and respect what he says because he's a man, not because he's right or wrong. Remember that. Because he's a man. They're doing this because he's a man. They won't leave because he's a man, as in psychologically trapped to believe that they're doing what they're doing because he's a man.
Bow down to your husband. Honor and value what he say because he's a man. Because you're supposed to enhance his ego, enhance his mind.
You better stand up to any corny motherfucker in your life. You better stand up to any nigga who's... Nah, fuck that. You allowed to stand up, and men and women, children and old people, subordinate and boss. You allowed to stand up to anybody who's getting in the way of you and your purpose. You allowed to stand up to anybody who's taking away and siphoning away your love and your energy from you and your attention from your spiritual connection with yourself. You allowed to let them go. You allowed to remove that from your life. You are allowed to argue that. I don't care what they call themselves to you, what they look like, how long they've been your husband, none of this and that. Never is it okay to just be sinister and be.
I don't know, guys. I really don't know what to say because he's been in that cult for a very long time. So I don't know. He's just saying all this because he needs people to donate to him. I don't know.
You won't. So you can't be talking about me in that video, Efru. You can't be talking about me in this video because I'm removing the distractions. I'm letting you know that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
In the store, not working for money, not working for a dollar.
I don't tell nobody to work for
keeps
money.
You distracted from divine action.
I don't tell you to focus on money.
And
I tell you to focus on your purpose. I tell you to follow your heart.
Distractions.
You're gonna be okay.
Distracted.
It's divine.
By physical things. By your human desires.
No.
Primitive nature.
It's not don't get desired by physical things. There is a spiritual side to everything physical. Stop being 180 vision and be 360. Look at everything is spiritual in your life and reevaluate and then adjust.
Stop letting it get to you. Keep the knowledge no matter what you do. Keep the knowledge.
I will.
Keep the truth with you as you walk.
I will.
Keep it as a shelter. Put it as a garment around your neck. It's not to be played with. This is very serious.
Babylon system, that world, it literally provides you with all your comforts to distract you from the purpose of why we truly here, and that's to have divine knowledge.
Where your energy at, Efru?
When you are enlightened with that divine knowledge itself from the Most High Three God, our Father, then the rest of your life is just the application of Him.
I'm willing to bet that after that video went out that they put on YouTube, Efru energy was low and somebody said something and Efru had to go and do a live today. And she went live and she'll say that goofy shit about a minute ago. I ain't even listened to the whole thing. It's kind of it's wrong from the start. You feel me? But anyway, and that looked like that was just a lot of fake energy. Like, ooh. Efru, you relax. You're a cool person, bro. You ain't really like on that type of time. You're not. Like, you cool. Like, chill. That's not you. Stop trying to be him. Look at the self-hate here. Listen to how much he hates himself. Fuck racism. I don't care about white, black, blue, did none of this. I don't care about melanin, neuromelanin, none of this. All I care is that you treat everybody the right way. All I care is that you treat yourself the right way. That's all
I
I
hope
care
he's
about. I'm gonna
sincere,
fuck all the
guys.
other shit. Rank, color, gender, age, size. Fuck them all. Be kind to everybody. Be good to yourself so you can be good to everyone else. When you start doing that, yeah, it starts to look like winds. It starts to look like winds. It starts to look material. It materializes. You're seeing me materializing. You're not gonna gaslight me and make me feel like that's bad. I'm love materializing, being built right before your eyes.
Someone by the name of Cooler live streaming says, why don't you tell the truth about you sleeping with that man a week before you got with Nateria and you stole his class ring?
We're not in our natural, if we're not in our natural environment, what makes you think that we're doing natural things? Everything in us is unnatural. And the body is sick of white supremacy. That's the cancer. That's the virus that we have.
Go ahead, hate yourself,
supremacy, because it goes against nature. When you get sick, you get a fever because your immune system is fighting a sickness. The earth has global warming right now because it's trying to fight this sickness in the body, and that's white supremacy. We still here because we still riding for the truth, and we know no matter what happened, everybody coming to this truth. It's bigger than the entertainment, the drama that y'all so-called consume with. It's bigger than that. It's the truth that everybody got to come to. They got your mind. You get 3 8 hours in a day. 1 8 hour go to sleep. The second 8 hour go to work. You going to work. You hustling, busting for this money. You drop your kids off at school. If you at work and you spend all this time consumed with chasing a dollar bill, who taking care of your kids? The system, the government.
Someone says Soular was sleeping with a man and having sex with him after stole his class ring, and that's allegedly.
That is very interesting. Why aren't any of them pregnant? That is a very good question. Or maybe because he only likes fucking in the ass. That's another interesting question. Bro is sus. I'm sorry, he's sus. I look back at it. Janae Lotus telling me, bro.
And someone says it's like, easy for him to take the attention off himself.
Like, nah.
But like I said, they all should take accountability.
Shit. That nigga was sweet. How else you treat women like that, bro? He wouldn't get them pregnant. He not real. He don't really care about that shit. He might. I don't know. And it's weird if he did, right? If he was coming in their vaginas and they got pregnant, that's not happening. So I don't know. That's a good question. Why aren't they? I don't get it. It's a very good question.
So your treasures on gaining knowledge of self and the truth, because your mind is so focused
Y'all don't care about
on money. Keep the knowledge.
You don't care about no truth.
No matter what you do.
And you can't focus on money and get money. If you focus on money, it goes away from you. You have to focus on what you're doing. You have to focus on your purpose. You have to be okay without it. You have to know that you are an infinite source of money. It has to become passive. It has to be second nature for you to be a magnet for it. It has to be something you don't do. You got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Wrong one. This nigga actually talking knowledge as much as he's talking shit. Way more knowledge though.
Chasing a dollar bill, who taking care of your kids?
And way more love.
The government. And that's how you know today it's a psychological war because they got your mind. You can't focus your mind to store your treasures in heaven. Store your treasures on gaining knowledge of self and the truth. Because your mind is so focused on money. Keep the knowledge. No matter what you do. Keep the knowledge. There are two kingdoms at hand. The rise of the kingdom of God and the fall of the United States of America.
So y'all heard that. The two kingdoms is the rise of the kingdom of God. And the other kingdom, America. Really, nigga? It's America versus the kingdom of God? That's the stakes? I mean, I guess the world is like America. I guess like all the countries in one. It's like all America, right? The whole system is just America. Like white supremacy is America then, right? Amaruka. Amarukan. America is just fine. America is our home. America is a very ancient land. It did not come from Americos Vespucci, America, Amaruka, Amarukans. We've always had the whole Americas. It's all connected. Some of the oldest beings come from America. America is not the enemy, baby. No, it's not America. Look here, child. There's no war. It's no war to worry about. It's okay. You guys, there's no kingdom of God versus anything. Everything is God. Why would God be against itself? That's cancer. Why would God be against itself? It can't be against itself. But it can think it is, and those would be your cancer cells, the cancer cells that think they're against themselves. Wouldn't that make it cancer? America is not stolen land. America, you can't steal land. That's if you no. America is our land. America is what we are. Most black people are from America. You're not from Africa. You weren't brought over on a slave ship. You weren't brought over on a slave boat. Africans share the same DNA as Americans because the land was once connected. So people will say that we're African roots, but no. No one said that they are the root. No, just like no one said that Amarukans were the root. Tainos, indigenous, all these Native Americans, all these people were, before they had their little tribes, they were still one people. And they were called the Amarukans in Amaruka, the land of the feathered serpent, the land of the dragon people, the dragon lords. That's what America is. It's the true history of America. Y'all go ahead and do your own research on that later. Y'all go ahead and look into Turtle Island and all that other stuff, and y'all figure out the truth about that. Yeah, but at the end of the day, America is not against nothing. Kingdom of God is not against nothing. Kingdom of God is love, and it wins, and it's one. And that battle is fought with yourself. And so it's not against America. The war is between me and me, yet again. Keep the knowledge, right?
God is sick and tired of being ignored.
God is sick and tired of being ignored.
The rise of the kingdom of God and the fall of the United States of America. God is sick and tired of being ignored.
No, it's not, because God is not ignored.
The United States system takes the oil from the earth, takes the water, takes the fish.
The earth has an infinite supply of all of this.
Sprays the sky.
The earth has an infinite supply of all of this.
For your comforts. You have water coming out of
you haven't even tapped into everything the earth has available.
You have a toilet in your house for your comforts. You have air conditioning for your comforts. But once nature strikes back and shows that it needs to heal and cleanse this earthquake, it will take away all of those comforts and luxuries that we use on a day-to-day basis. We must see that this dollar is just our value.
It's not money. Money's not the enemy, baby. It's not money. It's you. It's your spirituality. You guys are not in a spiritual place, in a spiritual perspective to see what you're even going to do. You're not ready to die. You're not ready to die. You're not. You're not done. You're not done. Zoka not talking now. Zoka in the bag. Zoka is going through something. I don't know what she's going through exactly, but she's going through something. Y'all can feel it. Y'all can feel this shit off.
She's scared because she know you are out and things about to hit the fan now.
It's off. It's off. That shit is crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be worried about them sometimes, bro.
But you should be valuing truth. You should be valuing family. You should be valuing righteousness.
We should be valuing truth, family, and righteousness. Ain't that right, Zoka? Truth, family, and righteousness. You said it, Zoe.
Respect, honor, loyalty. Something to live for, something to die for. Because once all of these comforts are gone, once all of these distractions are gone, you won't have a TV, you won't have Wi-Fi, you won't have your cell phone. So you'll have to deal with the people at hand. There's a lot of violence.
No, you'll have to deal with yourself. When you get things, when you get nice things, when you get money, you learn it's not what makes you happy. It's what you do with it that makes you happy. Don't be so thick, guys. It's about what you do with what you have. You're not cursed or a bad person for having nice things and doing very well for yourself every day. More blessings to you. Give thanks. Those who have will have even more. Those who are lacking, even that will be taken from them.
Going on nowadays. There's a lot of trauma and pain no one is addressing. We're sitting there trying to, let's go into this alcohol, let's go into this drug, let's go into this relationship, let's escape. But nature's gonna have you sit with yourself.
Now notice how when she said that, I noticed that when she said that, everybody perked up and started like, They all started shaking their head with it. Now, smoking, drinking, and relationship. Who would I sound like to you guys? Who we spoke?
Guys, what this all remind you of? Hey, you remember in the Bible how all the women stood there by Jesus and all the men left. And a lot of this stuff right here, it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of weird where, I don't know if Soular, he's just doing all this for the cameras or, this is his way of speaking his truth. I don't know. But time is going to tell because you know that this month, Natureboy, he have to go to court. Hey, Sophisticated, how are you? Andre, how you guys are doing? Happy blessed Sunday. I'm gonna go ahead and continue playing it. I just didn't want it to play the part where he was smoking because, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna go ahead and keep this video up, but I didn't want to play the part because I can't put it on pause because this is a live video, and when the minute he starts smoking, I went ahead and turned it off. So let me go ahead and put it back on. Even though I don't know if I'm gonna go ahead and keep this up, so yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go ahead and keep this live up because I don't want to go ahead and get demonetized. So hold up 1 second. He look at this all as a joke anyway. That's why it's hard to take these people serious.
And relationship.
You guys can hear me good?
Who's she talking about? Who's the motherfucker that be drinking? Good one too. Smoking. Jungle weed, baby. And who in a relationship? I'm in a relationship. She's in a relationship too. So I know ELIGO knows that. I know they know that. Zoka knows me. She knows I'm extra spiritual when I drink. So it's whatever. I'm not taking her opinion right now for face value. Everything is, I'm the bad guy in their heads, and you got to just come at me right now. You know what I mean? Whatever. But I noticed when they all decided to talk about me, everybody perked up. Now, the only reason they all perked up, from what I know, from my experience, and this is just my theory, guys. This is just my theory, but I could be correct. Is that ELIGO is talking to them on the phone from the jail. And when True explains to them, or whoever explains to him what I'm doing to ELIGO, they're like, yeah, he's drinking. 27-year-old man. Like, I'm a 27-year-old man. He's drinking. Yeah, he's drinking. 444. He drinking. He smoking. Nigga, I'm from San Diego. I'm from San Diego, California, guys. Bro, I smoke. I smoke. I drink and I smoke. Do y'all drink and smoke? Are y'all in a relationship? I know they perked up because ELIGO's telling them I'm doing it to run and hide from the truth because I'm with a woman who's falsely accusing him of something that he's trying to convince them he didn't do by using whatever he's using. I've never heard him explain to me step by step what happened. And I know for a fact that he coerces and beats women. So y'all weigh the scale. I did. Anyway.
Honor, loyalty.
You gonna gaslight me for drinking, smoking, and being in a relationship? Now I'm not spiritual. Now I'm not connected to God anymore. Drinking connects you more to your source. Are you serious?
That's a lie.
There's a lot of trauma and pain.
Drinking put different spirits inside of your body.
We're sitting there trying to, let's go into this alcohol, let's go into this drug, let's go into this relationship.
That's ELIGO talking.
But nature's gonna have you sit with yourself.
All
because
of them.
The truth of the matter is that we need to heal.
Listen.
If you're not on the vibration of love, of Christ consciousness,
if you're not on the vibration of love.
Free God has given you this morning. We're giving you this morning, and we will keep going because He is always going to live through us. He is not walking away because His mind is mine.
Zoka knows. She knows. Deep in her toes. She knows. And so what did Zoka just do? Zoka just said, and Malia felt it, and everybody felt it, Zoka believes that he's not getting out. Zoka knows the truth. So she's easy to accept that he's not getting out. So when she's freestyling, she says, and he's going to live through us. Pause. Complete stop. Complete halt. It's not even like it was a complete pause. It's like, and he's going to live through us. And then Malia felt the vibe. She's like, he ain't dead. She tried to fix it. Same time she felt it. She was like, and he's locked up right now. Yeah, he's not dead. Yeah, he's dead. She tried to keep it going. Don't tell me I'm allowed to. I've spent enough time with this person and in this place and with these people to be the only person to speak on this. So excuse me while I continue. She completely pauses after she said, he lives through us. You say that when people die. You say that when people's lost. You say that when you put somebody on a t-shirt. He's in jail, and she knows that he's not supposed to get out, even if he does. This should be and very much could be it because of the truth. So what Elinahi was teaching ELIGO about, it was a Freudian slip. Zoka keeps doing this. She keeps showing her subconscious through these videos. They felt the energy. They felt it to where Malia had to say something to try to correct it. Listen.
You sit with
Because the truth of the matter is that we need to heal. If you're not on the vibration of love, of Christ consciousness, you will get wiped away. Free God has given you this morning. We're giving you this morning, and we will keep going because He is always going to live through us. He is not locked away because His mind, His mindset is what we have.
He is not locked away. That's a good save. Good save. Good catch, Malia and Zoka. I caught it though, because I know y'all niggas. And I know what time it is. And I know what time he on. I know what time y'all on. I love my position in this shit because I can just see it from every angle. And I'm loved, so I'm able to connect with everyone involved. It's a shit show. It's a crazy fucking story. This guy shot himself in all 10 toes. They not helping.
That's the mind of God. Period. These things that we're going through, sometimes it's only temporary. It's not going to last always. And right now, we are being distracted. We are being bombarded with the trolls and the negativity.
With the truth.
All they're trying to
with
do
the
is
truth.
distract you.
With the truth.
Distract you from listening to the messenger who has come to bring a message to all of us people to wake up. The way that we're living is going against our natural way of life. It is destroying the earth. It is destroying the planet. And the very person that can articulate this message is being held behind bars off of false allegations. But just know that these times, they don't last always. You can never, ever silence the truth. The truth will always find a way. And so we are very thankful for all of our supporters, the people who did not get distracted, the people who do see all of this.
With my car, exalted, right? Cult shit.
Are still making sure
Dude, my car.
that
we
are safe, still checking in on us, and just being a good friend. Because that is what we're looking for these days, and that is what the world.
So you guys want a good friend? He's a good friend. I want you to really reevaluate what a friend is. I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth, straight up the truth. No, you beat people. Nigga, you fucked up. You don't have control of yourself. You want some truth? That's the truth. You don't need to be running around giving people truth. You need to go sit in the fucking front of the mirror by yourself in your own ugliness. And you need to repair your own ugliness. There's nothing that a woman can put on your face to repair your ugliness, sir. That is an internal issue. Now I remember the moment you started trying to talk ill on Velvet one of those times. That's when you got that thing in your mouth. The abscess, yeah. Same time you was cursing Velvet. Same time you got that abscess. You see, I have no fear, for I'm speaking the truth. It's love to me. I mean, y'all interpretation of it is on y'all. I mean, that's not on me. Yeah, there's a lot that's happening. And I have videos on my page. I have previous lives where I see some of y'all insensitive questions on here. You just want to be that person. If you go back to some of the videos that are on my page already, I answer those questions. So you can actually just go there, and a lot of those questions are actually already answered in detail. You see, in me, I speak on what I've done. I speak on where I'm at. I had to take responsibility for everything first. I had to look at what I was doing and why I was doing it. And so I have videos where I had left, and I reflect on all that stuff immediately. So you can go back and check those out. Or you could talk to me. You can give me a call. You can talk to me. Yeah, no, that's what I'm telling you, Clayton. Just go look on my page. No, because she's not, like, that's true, because you got to see truth from all angles. Just because I'm telling you the truth doesn't mean that I got my whole life all the way perfect too. I'm in a process, and I'm willing to share my journey for sure. Just like everybody has the ability to on social media, but I'm still obligated to tell you the truth, even about me. I'm not allowed to talk about other people in a way for things that I've also done. So the first thing I had to do was admit everything that I've done and acknowledge why and go down those timelines and look at the growth and development and sickness involved with all of it. So it is all acknowledged, Clayton, and I want you to know that. I'm very whole. I'm a very whole person. I'm not very one-sided. I'm very open to listening to everybody. Only people who I'll block would be like a legit like spammer, or somebody that's like legit spamming or something like that. No, like everybody's welcome. Like I wouldn't even block True, like unless they were like trying to sell something in the group. I was like, no, get out. I mean, yeah, I know where they at, but I ain't gonna tell you where they at. It's cool. Just probably just know you have those videos. Good question. I don't. He doesn't know. I didn't even know I had them. I just found out I had them. Oh, that's beautiful. The golden coconut. That's nice. That's lovely. I was asking. I was wondering if I should send them to him to like remind him like what time it is because I saw those videos again and I was like, yo, that shit was sick. I don't even know how we was there for so long. I don't even get it no more. That shit crazy. I look back at it. I got videos on my phone that's like fucking nuts, like weird ass videos, like weird shit. It's all incriminating, all very incriminating.
Solar
Like,
saying that he have
and it's
videos of
unfortunate because they're like
Natureboy
innocent
that will
videos that become
incriminate
incriminating in the
him. So
middle
why he
of
don't
his
just go ahead and
continued being
release it
normal.
instead
Like,
of talking about
if I
it?
was to edit these videos, I'd have to chop out like him beating people, like it being rude and fucking evil and shit. And so it's like, damn, it's crazy. Pice know now, so Pice doesn't know, but I'm willing to show him since he's in the videos. Getting fucked up for nothing, for having allergies. I already explained what happened to my daughter. Yeah, so no, so like Terry, what you said, let's talk about it. We'll clarify that because number one, that's weird to say because I remember the first time where he had her drink alcohol in front of me. I was okay with her drinking a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I did look it up and things like that. I was okay with her drinking a little bit, but when he tipped the cup and made her drink more, that's when I got sick in that one sitting, and that's where we were immediately in disagreement, and I was immediately like hot and angry. That's when I took her straight to the bathroom and said, "Look, you want to get an abortion? Just get the fucking abortion. If we gonna have this baby, we gotta act like we want to keep it." That's when I had that conversation, and I expressed that before too. That's when I first they seen those events happening, and then many times behind my back, apparently it happened, and it's very sickening as the father of a child to have another man doing that to the mother of his child behind his back. And she'll say she did it out of her own because she wanted to. That's not true. And anyone who was there knows that that's not true. So go ahead and try to lie. But anyway, no. So this is from over the whole process of labor. And I really want you to really look up anything that has to do with alcohol and pregnancy. And I promise you it's all bad. All of it. Like all of it. So I'm over here thinking that my child's gonna come out retarded because of the alcohol. Like I'm not knowing. I'm like, damn, they're gonna blame me and my genes when it's really this nigga. Baby gonna die. Anyway, I'm the only one who cared about that child. And Crown, I'm just gonna mute you. You're gonna have to get muted. Okay, you gotta go. Oh, I ain't gonna talk about Ja on me. I'm gonna let them talk about Ja on me. I'm gonna talk about my shit. I done seen some shit with Ja, but I'm gonna let that one be what that is, because that's gonna expand things too much, bro. That's gonna do too much, man. I ain't gonna start talking about Ja. I don't want to talk about the kids. I don't want to. I don't know.
friendship. And so we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all of your support and dedication. And keep going. Keep going. If you want to still donate to us, just know that we still are looking for legal representation. If anyone wants to help, we will throw our Cash App link in the bio.
The universe provided Lotus with a full, beautiful team to work with legally. The Lee is being cursed with it. I'm being rewarded very heavily for living my life and continuing to do what I'm supposed to do. And it seems like they're struggling. And I am just mixed emotions between like knowing that they need help, knowing that the level of loss they're at, looking at how they're behaving. Like look at their faces, man. Look at this. Fake. Fake. Y'all not fake.
I think the same
y'all
thing
like
too.
Sophisticated. You guys are loved. You guys are amazing. And I believe instead
of going straight to social media.
But this is it's done. It's corny. It's lame. It's over with. It's over with. And it's good. We're gonna be way better this way. Stop resisting the universe, guys. You guys are resisting what the universe is doing. You guys deserve to give yourself the very best. And remove anything in the way. It's better to enter the kingdom of God knowing you made mistakes. One child later, a couple years lost of your son's growth. Possibilities, dreams lost. Relationships forever lost. It's better to enter the kingdom that way than to burn in your comfort every day. We all burn from the truth. You gotta really think about where their soul's at. Stress, beyond stress, generational curses. He puts generational curses on Malia and all of these people. They're all mentally scarred. True know what time it is, and ain't no arguing the truth. So you ain't gonna see me and him doing no debates. Because love wins. Checkmate. I'm about to play some Kingdom Hearts, y'all. We need to lighten up the load real quick. I can't play no music on IG. I want this to save. I'm kind of done right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the description. Thankful for your support.
Yeah, y'all got any questions real quick? That's fine. No, that's not true. I explained earlier, the child died in the hospital. It died in the hospital during like an hour before, like an hour or two before she actually, delivered the child. It had died in the womb during the contraction. So it was already struggling like really hard to live off of her placenta, I guess. And it was like chilling and not very active. And when labor happened, the way they explained it to me was that the baby just wasn't ready for it and kind of like died, lost oxygen. It was already in a weakened state. So the contractions quickly had already, like those moments, it wasn't able to withstand those sections and died during one of the contractions. So later on, reasoning being the baby being weak was because the placenta was poisoned. And this is what the doctor told me. He said the placenta was poisoned. Somewhere along the line, something bad happened. She ate something happened.
Wow.
The placenta was poisoned somewhere. They didn't go into it with me more. They seemed used to it. The team of people who were doing it, they seemed used to it. So it was like they're like, oh, you're gonna have many more kids. Like, you guys are beautiful. You're gonna have many more kids. Like, this is regular. Don't worry. You have to keep your love. If any, this is like, let this bring you closer. Let it do that. And I was like, damn. All right. Yeah. Technically, it'll be called a stillbirth because the baby was born dead already. Right.
But he said the placenta was poisoned.
Labor was because it was in a weakened state because the placenta was bad.
So they're gonna link that to they're gonna tie that to Nature Boy as well. I told you guys that was gonna happen.
To everything, and they just moved forward.
Watch.
They didn't ask questions. It wasn't no investigation. It was just like, I'm trying to stay the fuck out of our face. They moved really quick. They moved really fast. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just like a beer. It was like tequila straight.
Wow. Zoko going down 6 too, guys.
Some crazy weird shit. I don't fucking know. There's some shit I didn't fucking confirm. I don't know what's behind my back. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, like, abortion was like a common thing for all the women. Like, that's something that they're proud of. I remember he said one time, he said to her, he said, shit, if you have a natural abortion, then that means you're getting in tune with the frequency of knowledge. The reason why you still have that baby, so long as that baby is there, you're out of tune with the truth.
He said he got a lot of more videos that he can turn in, which most likely he did.
No, that's like one event. And I mean, go ahead, C3. Go ahead, you take all the shots with your pregnant wife. Have fun. I hope it works out better for you.
He said Zoko was drinking tequila straight.
You threw however much alcohol with the pregnant woman. Congratulations. I hope you feel good about yourself. I hope it was worth it.
I told you guys.
Zoko was hurt. She was torn. She was lost. If anything I can say anything about her in that moment was she was just looking at me for anything. And I'll say that she was absolutely lost. And there was just, in that moment, I told her, I said, I know me and you both know what this is and why. Me and you both know what time it is. Me and you both know what this nigga did. Yeah, I'm acknowledging you that he did it. Yeah. And I said this to her immediately. I'm like, I know what it is. I know what it is. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. And I was staying strong for her. I wasn't breaking down crying with her. So I stayed strong with her. I said, I acknowledge that what it was. We called him, and he basically called us demons and threatened to fight me and all kind of other stuff. And I was like, all right, bro. I hung up on him, said the signal got lost. Whatever, he was calling this and that. He said, watch, see what's going to happen when y'all get back. I was like, whatever, bro. And I was just with Zoka, and I just stayed with her. And we just stayed very close. And she just was staring at me, looking for anything. Just like lost, just empty. Empty. That's the best word. After the child was delivered from her womb, and there's nothing left, it felt empty. She looked lost, empty. You could tell her anything, and okay. You could tell her anything. You know, okay. You know, I mean, I remember that, and all I did was just comfort her, love her, just stay with her, gave her kisses. You know, kind of slid on the little hospital bed with her. We were laying on a hospital bed together. I remember that. And the doctors, they started giving us like cool little gifts and stuff. And we were just coming up with lies. That was all. Just coming up with lies. That's all. That's all we was doing.
This right here is the nail to Nature Boy's coffin. He said Zoko was drinking tequila straight.
You know, he's some big bad guy who we're scared of. You know the truth. He got in my face one day in Atlanta downstairs. I was outside doing the yard, making the yard look nice on my own volition because I live like that. Care about the community, so I wanted our house to look good as well on the block. I didn't want our house to be the only shitty house, and it would be that if I didn't do anything.
Yes, he do, and
I
a
went out
paid
there,
one
hooked
at
up
that.
the house, you know, front yard. I go inside, and he's all like, "Oh, you doing your own thing? You doing what you want to do? You doing this? You already doing this?" I'm like, "All right, whatever, bro." Everybody doing their thing, get in line. All right, where we getting in line? Do what we doing, get in line. And then one day he comes downstairs. I forgot what led to it, but he's like, "You still blaming for something for the baby, huh? You still blaming?" He came down there, got my face like, "Yeah, yeah. What you gonna do about it?" And he was in my face, huffing and puffing, and I was just there like, I looked him dead in his eyes. I was just like, "Nigga, you know you wrong." I didn't say this, but I didn't say it, but I'm just looking at him like, you know you wrong, bro. Get on my face about that shit. He ain't do nothing. I just looked at him like, you wrong, like you gross, bro. Like go. He left and he stopped talking about it. Cause he know he wrong for that shit forever. That nigga know he wrong for that shit forever. He tried to get me to trigger. He tried to trigger me with that shit. I'm not gonna let him trigger me with it. Like I'm not gonna let him control me, and that's what fucks with him the most. And that's how you fuck with him from my position, like being me, is you don't let him control you, but you stay there because you want to, and it kind of fucks with him. And that's kind of what I was doing after a while. Because after I'm arguing with him, the doctor and everything, it's like I'm choosing to stay here with you. Now, you know I'm not being here because you got me. I'm here because I'm like, I want to be. Like, and as soon as that runs away, so yeah, I get treated very well at Carbonation. I get all the snacks, I get all the gifts, I get all the food, I get all the yum yums, I get all the that. I get the time, I get to go out places, I get to do things, I get to go on trips. I flew to Vegas and just smoked weed all day with Anna, and then flew back the next day. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, yo, nigga, like, I did shit them niggas never do. Like, them niggas weird. I'm sorry. Like, if you still pushing 3, like, you weird because it's like 8 other numbers. Technically, I mean 9 if you want to consider 0 a number, but you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of numbers. Okay, it's a lot of fucking numbers, infinite numbers. Oh, what did I just spell earlier? Oh yeah, the whole "where are you located" shit. Hold on, let me dispel this dumbass knowledge real quick. I peeped the psychological shit. This is like elementary school shit. So you got on this page is "where are you located" thing, and you're so focused and going in and acting smart
And Tasha, they
over
not
this "where are
either.
you located" thing. Like, are you
Because
on
you know
Earth?
he
Okay,
Natureboy
well,
goes
where's
to
are
court
you in Atlanta?
this month,
Okay, were
and
you in Georgia?
anything that
Okay, are
they
you in the
say
States?
can
Okay, are you on Earth? Okay, well,
incriminate
where's the Earth? Are you in the
themselves and
solar
Nature
system?
Boy.
Are you in the galaxy? Are you in the universe? Well, where's that? Where are we located?
Because they also was arrested as well.
Bro, it's a cute way to try to teach divine knowledge itself. Is cute. Anybody who knows anything about universal principles is gonna understand this. Infinity. Saying "where are we located" is the same thing as saying "when are we located," because you're talking about a location, like a place, like a distance. It's a measurement. When are we located? You're talking about a place. You're talking about a distance. It's a measurement. That's like saying, how tall are we really? Are you 12 inches or are you 1,200,000 millicentimeters? You could go in either direction infinitely. Numbers don't matter. If you're using units of measurement for anything spiritual, just know that that's an infinite thing. It's stupid. It's not smart to try to teach. And even if you're trying to tell people, they're nowhere from that. It's like, I'm looking at what you're doing. You're trying to act smart off of simple shit. And you're trying to act like you're some type of goat or you got some type of answer that these people need to, and that is a lure, my nigga. That is the allure. And you just can't stop doing that shit, bro. That's a lure, bro. I want y'all to know it's an elementary school lure. It's a Trojan horse virus. Don't fall for the shit, nigga. That's simple stuff. That's saying that's to say that we're infinite beings. That's it. That's all that's to say. He has nothing special to teach you through that shit. I'm looking at what he's doing. I'm like, why are you putting that out there and mixing it with all this other stuff? He's trying to convince people to worship him, and shit's weird. It's fucking weird. You're putting out knowledge, regular knowledge, and here's some elementary school ass questions like, where are we located? That's like saying, how hot are you really? What's your true temperature? That's like saying, what time is it really? Now, like, we only know about time since we've been calculating time. So what time is it really? You know, like, that's the same fucking thing. Who fucking cares, bro? That ain't got shit. That, you know what I'm saying? That's elementary shit to lure you in. And I've seen it because I see what he mixes it in with. And I've been with him for years. He takes this knowledge, he takes his truth, and he uses it to try to get you to worship him and see him as something, teaching you something that is brand new and esoteric. Bro, you're infinite. You're everything. Get over it. That's it. That very explanation right there shows why we shouldn't worship you. But you're gonna tell them some other shit. But I don't like how you take magic and use it for the wrong thing. You use dark magic, bro. You have a vampiric cult, and your focus is on siphoning the energy of your coven. You siphon the energy of your coven. You guys look up what a coven is. He is a coven leader. He's siphoning the energy of their coven, and they are committing to him, not to knowledge, not to the truth, not to life, but to him. This is a coven. This is satanic. That is demonic. I can't be a part of that shit. Nigga, I love me. I'm God. You keep trying to tell me I'm not. Sorry, bro. I'm not gonna worship you. My kids ain't gonna grow up and be your servants either. My kids will grow up and kill your kids. Let it be that. Let it be that case. No. I'm just gonna go rightfully remove myself and go do my own thing because my children could never serve you. I'm just gonna leave. I left. You guys chose to make me your enemy. You guys try to turn on me. Y'all try to have these people slap me through the phone. Weirdos. This nigga's in jail trying to get y'all to slap me when I'm in a spa through the phone. Nigga, go focus on yourself, bro. I'm gonna go keep loving myself. I want you to attempt to do something similar. I want y'all to see the spectrum. Fear is in jail right now. Love was in the spa. I'm just trying to understand what I'm supposed to feel bad about. What am I supposed to feel bad about? This shit's nuts. Do I can? I mean, that was their whole video, and then after I really ain't listening to her. I ain't gonna cut. I played it, but that's just too much. It's not real, bro.
Sure.
Huh? Almost. I'm gonna be hungry in a minute. I'm about to play something. I fucking have to.
The truth. This is the reality, okay? Nobody's going to believe you until you've already done it. Nobody's going to come and celebrate with you until you've already done it. The work is going to come before the belief, which means you're going to have to work for a long fucking time by yourself with no applause, with no awards, with nobody telling you good job.
So why the fuck y'all at Carbonation then? That's y'all shit. Why the fuck you there then? I want y'all to listen to that again. Share it on your story.
Yo, peace to God. Hey, listen. The truth. Way above you, I'm a supreme being.
That's not true. Nobody is above anybody else. Bro, that's the love of power, not the power of love. The power of love makes everything kind of worthless. The love of power starts assigning worth and value to different things. You see, the power of love means I don't care how fucked up you are. I don't care what this is. I don't care about that. I don't care about this. That's what it is. I accept it. I let it be what it is. And I'm going to expand my mind to understand what you are. That's love. Fear is the boundaries and the things that cut those away and knock them away and cut off these realities, limit these realities so you don't go there. That's fine to not go there, but it's not fine to block it. You're blocking it. It should be a choice. You don't have to create blockages. Remove the blockages. This man's a whole flop, bro. The whole knowledge is wrong. The knowledge is all wrong, bro. Yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna disclose their shit. Like, I'm not gonna put them like this is live, guys. Like, that's not cool. I'm not gonna tell you what they got going on, where they at, or why. I'm not gonna do that. That's their lives, guys. Like, you gotta have a certain level of respect. I'm only talking about the past realms that I've visited with them. I'm only talking about past dimensions and realms that I existed in with them, and what I experienced in those places, and why things are the way they are. You know, there's so much more shit, man. I just wish it would stop sometimes. I can't even open up my phone and not discover some more fuck shit like on a random day. This nigga sucks, bro. I haven't even talked to everybody yet, and they still telling me more. And I don't want to hate on. It's like I'm not passing hate, but I'm acknowledging the truth. I'm acknowledging the truth. I'm acknowledging the truth that no one wants to acknowledge publicly. Scorpio 5th house. I'm in my purpose. I'm in my purpose. Hey man, tell him love wins. I don't know what to say. Love wins, checkmate. I'm gonna have to see him at the finish line. Once you can open your mind and accept like the reality of what you really own, like where you at and why, and you start applying the knowledge, bro. But anything I could tell you, Leo, it would be this: keep the knowledge. Love wins. Checkmate.
Okay, guys, what you guys think? He was supposed to do Q&A, but he answered a few questions, which I did tell you guys that it was going to be Soular and True, which we already know the reason why True did not leave, because he made that vow to Natureboy that if, he would never leave his 3 God. If he leave him, he'll cut his left arm off. And he's not going to do that. So the reason why True is staying there, most likely, because he want to go ahead and save face. But just about everything that he said, that was enough just for the DA to go ahead and put more charges on him. And I already told you guys it was going to be someone that was very close to Natureboy, someone that slept with him, someone that ate with him, broke bread with him. And Soular, he was right there. And as you can see, Soular, he's giving us bits and pieces, but it's enough. It's enough because they already got Natureboy for the big aura. Now they can get him for the big M from what Soular had said. So Soular really don't need to say no more. He said enough because now they can tie Natureboy to that baby, to Zoka's baby. And look like, it's going to be more arrests because either Natureboy this month, he going to take a plea or he going to go all the way through. And if he goes all the way through, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be more arrests. Now, the reason why the DA probably be holding out now is because they don't want to arrest any more people. They want the big fish, which they got the big fish, and that's Natureboy. But if Natureboy go to trial with this, then they're going to have to make more arrests. And the next person that they're going to arrest, and that's going to be Zoka. You could see it all over her face. Even Zoka demeanor have changed. She's scared. She's scared because they're going to tie Natureboy to Zoka. Hi, Marie. Marie said, real talk in chat room, ladies, everyone having a wonderful Sunday. Yes. Nature Boy was probably being difficult, and that is why that lawyer left. Well, I think the lawyer had left because Nature Boy didn't have the money, which I do think he had the money. It's just that, it's, I guess, is a way that the girls in carbonation, which most likely I is the one that's holding the money down. I believe that they have some money, but everything that I told you guys, like I said, it's coming to pass. Everything. And Soular is the nail to Nature Boy's coffin. At least he's one of them. And most likely it's going to be more arrests unless Nature Boy is, he's going to take that plea. Now, if Nature Boy go ahead and take the plea, then they're going to leave them alone. They're going to leave everybody else alone because they got who they want. But we already know Nature Boy, he loves to play the hard way. He's playing chess because he know all eyes is on him. And now that all eyes is on Nature Boy, most likely he's going to be playing chess. So it's going to be Nature Boy against the DA. And the DA, they are not going to run out of money. They're going to play it until somebody give up. And most likely it's going to be Nature Boy. Because the state, it does not run out of money. And like I told you, once the feds have something, if the feds charge them, that means they have something. Because the feds does not work like the state. See, the feds, they'll wait till 14 or 15 years before they make an arrest. So they want to make sure that they have something that's going to stick. Sophisticated say it's definitely is Lady D, and I agree it will be more arrests because Nature Boy will not take the fall. No, he's not. He already said it. Nature Boy already said it. Nature Boy said that if he go down, everybody is going to go down. And I don't blame him. They all should take accountability of the part that they did. And Soular is talking all over his mouth, which most likely some of that stuff, guys, I'm going to go ahead and delete, or I'm going to go and see if I can go ahead and change the voice or something, because you all know that's how I had got demonetized. But the reason why Soular is doing all that talking, number one, is because Soular know good and well that he was a part of it. So he figured that if I could come out and give you guys little bits and pieces, then it's going to be good. No, dude, you was in on it as well. So all Soular doing is trying to save face. Because he said that Nature Boy gave Zoka tequila and she drank that straight. Okay, Soular, if you knew about it, why you didn't say anything about it? You stayed under Nature Boy, and not only you stayed under Nature Boy, you was on camera sucking this man's toes. So you cannot just talk about the part that you played in. What happened to Zoka Tooth? How did Zoka Tooth broke? How did her teeth break? Most likely you did it. I think after they had that little, what you call that? They did that little therapy with Nature Boy. They all had that little group session. And when Nature Boy wanted Zoka to leave, and Soular had stood up for her, but after the cameras was off, most likely, now we'll say allegedly, they went ahead and they beat Zoka up. But as you can see right there, Zoka is scared. And I don't blame her. I'll be scared too. Because the minute when Nature Boy goes to court this month, and if he said he's going all the way through with it, remember, you heard it from this channel right here, Real Talk with Lady D. So guys, make sure you subscribe, hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Because when I call it, trust me, you can go ahead and take it to the bank. And this Real Talk. Sophisticated say exactly. He waited till he thought it would benefit him to speak up. Yes, that's what he's doing. And you see, Nature Boy is playing his cards right. Because I wouldn't get an attorney either. I will wait. I will hold it out. Nature Boy is playing chess. I will wait until they put everything on the table, what they got against me, what they charging me for, before I go ahead and hire me a good attorney. That's what I would do. So that's what he's doing. Nature Boy is playing chess. And the minute when he take it to trial, I promise you, he gonna have him attorney on deck. And he gonna start spilling names. And Soular, I know that, what had happened to him was wrong. And maybe Soular, he's purging himself, trying to free himself. But you talking to the wrong people. You talking to the wrong people. That's why, to me, it looked like it's all a show. Because with these people on social media, what do they have to do with all this? All they doing is getting monetized off it, talking about it. Instead of going to the right people to tell it to. So quite obvious, you either doing that because you're trying to save face, or you're doing it because you trying to monetize off it as well for those donations. You're trying to get people to have sympathy for you so you can go and get donations. But what he said right there, that is enough to sit there and put Nature Boy under the jail, where Nature Boy would be spending the rest of his life in jail. Because I already told you guys, I say 2 things that's going to get Nature Boy under the jail, and that's the big R and the big M. And what Soular has said today, that's enough. That's enough right there. But who else is going to arrest? Because you can't just sit there and put it all on Nature Boy. These are grown people. These are not children. These people dedicated their life, left college and everything that they was doing, and left to be a part of carbonation. And I don't care, if they was brainwashed or whatever they was, you still have to take accountability of what you did. Including the ones that left and was a part of it. They should take accountability as well, because first of all, they never went and got therapy. These people went straight on social media talking to other bloggers. So who to say that those people are healed? Because if you was healed, then you would sit there and have a normal life like the regular people. You would go get you a 9-to-5 job. Ain't now one of them is working because they still pushing 3. Now, if I sit there and say I have nothing to do with that cult, then I would do like Wizzy, Knowledge, what she does. You remember Wizzy, the big one, the big heavy set one? She's working. This girl got a 9-to-5 job. You barely would see Wizzy on social media because she went on with her life, but all the rest of them, they didn't. That's why I'm telling you guys, something fishy about this. Something is fishy about this. But once Nature Boy go to court and he take it all the way to trial, trust me, remember, you heard it here first. It will be more arrests. And I promise you, the next person that they will arrest, and you guys know I said it, that's why they made me take all my videos down. I took 200 videos down. They still didn't monetize me. They wanted more videos down because they know the videos that when I was making those videos, they know that was enough to incriminate many people. And not just Nature Boy's side. It just came alive. And they know. Because I have a spirit of discernment. And I take the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. Zoka, yes, Zoka is covering for Nature Boy. But Zoka is not only covering for Nature Boy, Zoka know that it happened to her. So Zoka is trying to save herself as well. Zoka is trying to save herself as well. And Soular, I don't care how much Soular is doing all that talking. You knew about it. If I know about a crime, if I know someone went and robbed a bank, and I hid that and I didn't say nothing about it, then I'm just as guilty because I knew that person robbed that bank, but I didn't say anything about it. His sentence might not be as long as Natureboy, but Soular going down too. Every last one of them that had a part of it. And I don't care what, everybody's saying on other channels. You heard it here first. I was the one that broke it because the Most High God showed it to me that the only way that they was going to be able to nail Natureboy to the ground, and that's if they go after Zoka. And you could see it. You could see worry all over Zoka's face. You could see it. And Soular, he keep changing his story because first he sat there and say that they didn't go to a doctor. Now he's saying they went to the doctor. The doctor said that the placenta was poison. And if they got proof that the placenta was poison, I know Soular have a copy of that. They're going to give Soular a copy of all those that would happen to those medical records because that was a part of that was his baby. So if Soular is telling all this stuff, why he don't show us any proof? Where's the medical records? Now we know, now we got something to work with. Because now he's saying that the doctor said that the placenta was poison, the baby was poison. So if they got records right now and say that the baby was poisoned according to what Soular had said, that the doctor said that the placenta was poison, that's it for Natureboy. That's a wrap. That's it for Zoka. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. So I hope it was worth it, Zoka. But most likely what they're going to do now, they're going to arrest Zoka and they're going to get Zoka to talk. And Zoka going to do the same thing Soular did. Zoka going to say Natureboy made her do it. Because what they're going to do, most likely, they're going to tell Zoka, which they can't do it, but that's the way that they play. They don't play fair. Most likely, they're going to tell Zoka, you getting life. That's how they work. They're going to tell Zoka, you going to get life. And want me to tell you what Zoka going to do? Zoka going to start spilling her guts just like Soular is doing. And when they get Zoka, they're going to get many others because I don't think Zoka was the only one. And that's real talk. Sophisticated say yes to quiet your voice. But yes, try to quiet your voice. But the truth always comes to the light. Yes, Tasha Robinson, that's not true to still cry at times when she talk about the baby. But she tried to hold it and probably out of fear from both Natureboy or Soular. But the thing about it is that Zoka, she came forth and it's like she didn't have no attachment to that child. In the beginning, what I saw, I didn't see any attachment at all. And I don't know if that's the way that they was taught in that cult not to have any feelings. Because you remember when Malia's uncle or brother had died, Malia, she didn't have no feelings and all this other stuff. I don't know what they teaching them. But if they covered up, then trust me, they should take accountability of it. because the cover up is worse than the crime. And if they all covered all this stuff, every last one of them, then most likely it's going to be more arrests. And I think that they said that Nature Boy goes to court, I think on the 8th, if I'm not mistaken. And if Nature Boy is going to court on the 8th, promise you on the 9th, Zoka will be arrested if Nature Boy go all the way through with it. Now, the DA might sit there and try to give Nature Boy a deal. Okay, Nature Boy, you already done served how many? 4 months or 5 months already. We're going to give you 2 years. So if they gave Nature Boy 2 years minus the 4 months that he already have served already, that's just like maybe, a few more months. Okay, we're going to give you 16 months. Nature Boy might sit there and say, okay, deal. I'm going to go ahead and take that deal. I would take that deal because you don't know what other bones that they got, what skeletons that's going to fly out that closet. So those people sit there and tell Nature Boy, we'll give you 2 years. I would go ahead and take that deal. I would take that deal because now for sure, only thing that we know that they have charged Nature Boy with, and that's with the stuff that Materia came forth. And that's very, very, very weak. Very weak. Because we know Materia was in and out of that cult. But I promise you, if Nature Boy go all the way to trial, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. And if he get out of that, trust me, even I gonna sit there and say he might not be the big God, the almighty God, but he's a good chess player. I would say that Nature Boy is the best chess player in the world if he take this all the way to trial and he win. Because he playing against some hard balls. Some people, like I say, very hard balls. People that's going to go all the way to the end because they don't run out of money. The state does not run out of money. So this right here going to be the best game that you ever, chess tournament you ever seen. And I promise you, the state is not going to lose. The state will not lose. The state will not lose. So if they give him 2 to 3 years, or even if they give him 5 years, I would take it. I would take it. I would take those 5 years. Because Nature Boy know he did a lot of stuff. And if they gave him 5 years, trust me, when it comes to the feds, they already know. They know the truth. The feds know the truth. All they just need somebody to point it to Nature Boy. And all they need is one person to say, yes, Nature Boy made me do it. And I'm talking about something that's going to stick like the big M. The big M. And Soular already done spilled his guts. Soular said that Zoka's placenta was poison. And he said the doctor, Soular said the doctor is on tape. The doctor told him that. So now, I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. They're going to get those medical records. They going to get those medical records. That's it for you. That's it. That's it. It's over with. That's enough right there to incriminate anybody. That's it. It's over with. So I'm telling you guys, I give it the day that Nature Boy goes to court, which is this month, I think on the 8th. The 9th, it will be more arrests. And the only way that Nature Boy don't plead guilty and go all the way to trial, that means that Nature Boy, he figured, want me to tell you something? I'm going down. I know I'm not going to see outside anymore, but I'm taking as many as I can. And the first person that he's going to call out, he's going to call out Soular. I told you guys already. At first I said Velvet. Velvet going to be in it too. He calling Velvet name out as well. He's going to call every last one. Anyone that was close to him, under the same roof with him, breaking bread with him, he's going to call them down. He's going to call them out. Yeah. Yes. And if Soular told that to us, Tasha, if Soular told that to us, he told it to the DA. Notice last time when Soular started doing all that talking, it was close to Nature Boy going to court. Last time when Soular was doing all that talking, the next day Nature Boy had to go to court. And if I'm not mistaken, what the day is? The day is the 7th. Nature Boy goes to court tomorrow. And that's why Soular doing all that talking. That's why Soular is doing all that talking. And remember, you heard it here first. So I'm pretty sure that the DA got those medical records. But I blame no one but themselves, because many people had told those people to come out of that cult. Many people told them to come out. But time gonna tell. Like I say, the show has just begun. The show has just begun. And you know Nature Boy have legions of demons. So I want to know what demon that he's gonna pull out that hat. Because he's gonna have to put on the greatest performance in this world of his life. In that courtroom, he's gonna have to put on the greatest performance right there in that courtroom. And I already know what his hands are. I already know what Nature Boy hands are. Nature Boy gonna play just like I told you guys. New Jack City. He gonna blame everybody but himself. And that's why he wanted it all on camera. The reason why Nature Boy wanted it all on camera, because want me to tell you, he want to let you know his hands was clean. So that's going to let them know, want me to tell you something? I didn't do it. I can't make them jump. If I tell them to jump, they're going to jump. No, but you ran the call. But the big question is, the $1 million question is, will they just hold Nature Boy for it? No. They didn't do it for Charles Manson. Did they do it for Charles Manson? His entire cult, everyone that was close to Charles Manson, they went to jail. And still in jail today. So what makes them think that they're going to sit there and they're going to go out into the sunset? It don't work like that, boo-boo. It don't work like that. It didn't work like that for Charles Manson. When Charles Manson went down, his entire camp went down. Everybody went down with him. And just like he died in jail, in prison, they all want to die in prison. Because the ones that was in Charles Manson camp, they are not getting out. Nature Boy was saying the baby was a demon so that Zoka would not attach during her pregnancy. That could be true. They could use that, but still of all. They could say that as well. Hi, Frida. They could say I made the video of that. I put the video out about that. I broke that down piece by piece. I made a video that explains it well. But still evolved. They was there. They all was a part of it. I don't care. They don't care about all that. That's just like I told you, when somebody done committed a crime and you don't do anything about it, then hey, you're gonna be held for it as well. And if they can get out of stuff like this, then people can go sit there and commit a crime right now and sit there and say, I was brainwashed. I can go sit there right now and commit a crime and say I was brainwashed. Something told me to go and do it. You think these people are going to sit there and listen to me? You think these people are going to give me a pat on my hand and tell me to go about my way? No. You got to take accountability of what you did. In that case, nobody would be in jail today because everybody would sit there and say it was their demon. It was the devil that made me do it. They would say it was the devil that made me do it. In that case, nobody would be in jail. If that's the case, I understand what brainwash is. But many people can use that same excuse. You mean this man sat there and told me that my baby was a demon? So I went ahead and drunk tequila straight, knowing I was 7 or 8 months pregnant? That baby was fully developed. You saw how big Zoka was. Zoka was very huge. She was in her. Zoka baby had the head, the feet, the eyes, everything. And I don't care if they call it stillbirth. That baby was alive. If she didn't want that baby, she could have gave it to somebody that really wanted a child. So many people want children today and cannot have a child. So Zoka is not going to get out of it. I don't know if I got the older lady that passed away. Yes, Mama Dear. I might be pronouncing the name wrong because I don't know her. I only know the people that was on Beagle Live. That's when I started watching Natureboy. But Mama Dear, y'all know what I'm talking about. All that stuff gonna come up now. Yeah, well, Mama Dear, D-I-A. All that stuff is gonna come out. If Natureboy take it to trial, and when that stuff come out, then they're gonna go and arrest. They're gonna have Natureboy gonna start talking. Then they're gonna pinpoint everybody that was in that cult at the time Mama Dear was there. So that means that they're gonna arrest everyone that was there. It's gonna get nasty, guys. Like I said, this right here is just beginning. This right here, this is a new chapter right here. And that's why the Most High God had gave me that title, The Rise and Fall of Nature of Carbonation. The Rise and Fall of Carbonation. When he brought me there, that's what he gave me, the rise and fall of carbonation. And many people today is running with it. Many people now is running with it. But all those skeletons, those dead bones, they about to rise up. They about to rise up. Those bones are about to start talking, guys. All those dead bones are about to rise up and start talking. And you could see it all over Zoka's face. You could see it all over Aya's face. The only one that's playing tough, and that's Malia. And the only reason why Malia is playing tough, because Malia, you know good and well, she's kind of touched up there. Is not all the way registering what's going on. She really don't know what's really going on. She can't connect with what's going on. But Aya knows what's going on, and Aya is scared. Zoka was playing tough. You don't see Zoka playing tough anymore. Zoka, whatever that noise she was doing, you don't hear that no more. Even Zoka is scared. Because things now is starting to unravel. Things is winding down now. This right here, this is the real game right here. This the real game. I guess this is what Nature Boy was preparing them for. You either gonna sink, or you're gonna be able to sit there and continue riding through. So this right here gonna show your real toughness. This right here is real gorilla style right here. Like they say, show me what you're working with, because that's exactly what the DA gonna be asking for. And most likely that's why Nature Boy didn't hire him attorney, because he wants to see all the cards on the table first. And that's his rights. They have to tell him what they are working with. That's Nature Boy's rights. And once he see with what they're working with, then he probably say, okay, if it's Nateria, that's all they got, I could take it to trial. I would take it to trial too. But the minute when they lay that card on that table that say Zoka, he better say, Your Honor, I plead. I'm taking a plea. And just take that guilty charge. Take that guilty charge for Nateri. Just take that lick. Even if you know it's not true, take that lick for Nateria. Because if you go all the way through, they're going to open up all kinds of worms. And even the ones that you thought that was your friends, that was closer to you than any brothers, honey. Look at Judas right now. Judas right now is spilling his guts. Judas right there is talking so much till his mouth look like it's getting bigger and bigger. His lips start hanging. I mean, look at Judas. Judas acting like he got diarrhea in the mouth. Judas can't shut up. So if Judas can't shut up, just think about Peter, Paul, and John. Just think about the rest of them. Thank you, Bless. What she said, you are funny, church folks. When I go to a chat, I speak hello and hit like. It's free, and hit like, I'm here. Thank you very much, Bless. So yes, guys, make sure you hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic truth. Because you talking to a real prophetess right here. When I see it, believe me, you could take it to the bank. I called all this. The minute when they put Nature Boy in my pathway, I went straight to Nature Boy. And I told Nature Boy to pump his brakes. I say, because I saw it all in the spirit, the rise and the fall of carbonation. And everything that I called, trust me, you can take it to the bank. Because everybody was looking at this stuff just as entertainment. But when I saw it. I saw everything unraveling. How he sold his soul for a bowl of beans. Nature Boy thought that these people was laughing with him. They was not laughing with you. They was laughing at you. Some things you cannot share with everybody. But see, that's how things happen when you start exalting yourself. You think that these people, when you came on these grounds, especially in Georgia, you think that Georgia was going to play that same mess that you was doing when you was in the PR, when you was in the jungle? Thank you, Tasha. You can't play that. The minute when they said there, the minute when Carbon Nation came and put their foot on Georgia's ground, right here, they knew that they got him. They knew they had Nature Boy. They was just waiting for him to come home. They was waiting for him to come on. And he played in their hands. Nature Boy played in their hands. And like I say, honey, it's going to get ugly, very, very ugly. Because the ones that he thought that was in his corner, the ones that told him they would never leave him, the ones that told him that they would go all the way to the end with him, they gonna start singing like a mockingbird. Because them white folks knows exactly how to put fear on you. They know exactly how to put fear on you when they want something. So like I say right here, we're going to see if he's the three God like he say he is. Because this right here, he going to have to show up and show out. Nature Boy going to have to show up and show out. Because he's playing with the real chess players. And you know the Babylonians does not play fair. When did the Babylonians ever played fair? Tell me, when have the Babylonians ever played fair? What Nature Boy is doing right now is nothing new to them. They been was doing this. They the master players of all this stuff. So if you guys wants to see the game of your life, you're going to see it. It's going to be carbonation. Just the 4 little women that he have, and maybe True might stay. Because True is the one that made a vow to his 3 God versus the state, versus Babylon. Versus Babylon. And I could tell you guys, the state is not the state, the feds. It's not going to run out of money. The feds is not going to run out of money. And the feds don't play fair. They're going to make sure, they're going to tell those girls, they're going to make sure that they're going to come with their stuff. That they're going to wonder, how did these people find out all this stuff when they thought that they had hid all that stuff deep? But they have a way of digging up those dead bones. And like I said, breathing new life into it. They have a way to do that. And they know how, just like Nature Boy played that fear tactics with those people in carbonation, they gonna do the same thing, but they gonna do it better. They the master of fear tactics. They gonna put fear in every last one of them. And I promise you, they're gonna be singing like mockingbirds. So the question is, would they die for their 3 God? Would they go under for their 3 God? Will they give it all for their 3 God? Time gonna tell. Time will tell how much they love their 3 God. Time gonna tell who was the real ones, who was the ones that stood up, who was the real soldiers. Because we already know the ones that was in the Bible. Every last man ran. The only ones that was standing was the women. And as you see right now, the only ones that's standing is the women. Because in the Bible, when Jesus sat there, he was arrested. Every last one of them ran. He even told Peter, he said, Peter, when a when a chicken roosts 3 times, you was gonna deny me. Peter said, no, I would die for you. But Peter didn't even want to die for him. Peter didn't want to live for him. Peter didn't even want to die for him. But he told them that they was going to betray him. He even told Judas. He knew that they was going to betray him. That's why he told Judas, he said, Judas, whatever you do, go and do it quick. And Nature Boy said it. Nature Boy said it out his own mouth. Nature Boy said it was going to be Soular. Soular was going to be the Judas. Soular was going to be the one that betrayed him. Didn't he say that? I wish I would have kept that video. Because I remember when Nature Boy said that. Nature Boy said that. And just like Nature Boy has said it, it's the way it's playing out. And I don't even think Nature Boy is God. Nature Boy is far from God. But some of the stuff making you think. And not because he God, it's just playing out. And the reason why it's playing out like that, because nothing is new under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun. Life just rotates. Life just goes around like a circle. Look at the picture, guys. When Jesus was handed over and arrested, all the men went into hiding. All of them went into hiding. The only ones that was left was the women. The only ones was left was the women. And at the end, it was getting weird and weirder. It was just getting crazy. Nature Boy even had his hands stretched out like he was on a cross. He even had all the women was just oiling him down like anointing and whatever they was doing. They did all that to Jesus. And Nature Boy not Jesus, but they did it. They started saying hallelujah and praising him. I mean, it's like they was anointing him for this day. And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, guys, I'm not saying that Nature Boy is the Messiah. I'm not saying that. But we don't know. We know he's coming. And if Nature Boy is the Messiah, he better show up and show out in that courtroom. Because believe me, they're going to have everything but the kitchen stove thrown at him, the kitchen sink, throw it at him. And every last person that was in his camp, trust me, they're going to start talking. Unless they believed in him, they believed that he was the Messiah. That's the only way that they're not going to talk. But if they believe that he's the Messiah, then they're going to go down. They're going to go down with him. They're going to go down with him. But the question is, where's Lawyer? Where's Lawyer? We don't even hear nothing about Lawyer. Where is he? I don't hear nobody on the internet asking, where's Lawyer? Where is he? Musa, he left. He didn't want to be no part of it. The only one really is doing all the talking right now, and that's Soular. Because Soular feel like he got the ammunitions. He feel like he's the lightning bolt. But time is going to tell. Time is going to tell. If Nature Boy go to trial with this, if he take it all the way to trial, this is going to be a hell of a ride, guys. You thought that he showed up and clown and act the fool when he was with us. He gonna really have to show up and show out in that courtroom. And I see it right now. I see it right now in the spirit. He's taking everybody down with him. Everybody. Everybody he's taking down with him. I promise you. I promise you. He gonna start naming names. The only one that he might spare. The only one that he might spare. And that's maybe Malia. That's if he don't push it all on Malia. But Nateria want people to join, but the Five Stooges left still want to go to Soular. He stated he can take care of them better than Nature Boy because Soular is playing with fire. Soular trying to be, that's what I see. Soular is trying to be the next Nature Boy. He wants to be Nature Boy. He wants to show Nature Boy how to make carbonation. Well, how to show Nature Boy how carbonation should be or should have been. That's why you have to be careful who's holding your ladder while you're going up. Because the same people that's holding your ladder going up is the same ones that's going to try to shake you off it. And Soular trying to be the Nature Boy, but it would never work. It would never work. It would never work because he's weak. He can't. This right here is the truth. This is real. This real right here. This is no game right here. And as you can see right here, Soular, he can't handle pressure. The minute when pressure, like they say, pressure bust the pipe. The minute when pressure comes upon him, his pipe gonna burst. So Soular could never be chief. He could never be Zeus or whoever he called it, because Zeus will go down, all the way down, or he'll rise up with all power in his hands. But Soular waited until Nature Boy get locked up before he ran his mouth. That right there, to me, is what people will call a coward move. Because if I'm going to sit there and I want to leave and I'm going to run and I'm going to talk all this smack, I'm going to talk all this smack in your face. So Soular could never be chief of no cult, nothing. He's too weak. Most likely Nateria be running that for him because Nateria is more stronger than him. They got put out of the country, and they communicated to the U.S. that the Americans in carbonation was a nuisance. Once they came back to Georgia, it was a wrap. That's it. Mama Dear family would definitely cooperate, of course. That's it. They was just waiting. I don't know who sat there and told Nature Boy to come down here to Georgia, of all places. Who told him that? And he followed. But it was his own temptation. Because just like I told you guys, that Nature Boy wanted to be the next what's his name? TKO Capone. He wanted TKO lifestyle. He wanted to flex like TKO. Because Nature Boy never wanted anyone to outdo him. And when he came on Big O Live and he saw how everybody was giving TKO that attention and saw how TKO was looking, he wanted to dress like him, knowing it wasn't even it didn't even fit him. And that's what swallowed him up. And that's why he's in the belly of the whale today. And right there, they got him. That was the trap. So he really don't have nobody to blame, guys, but himself. Nobody to blame but himself. He caused all this on his own. Because what he did was he let his ego, his narcissist, his pride, he let all that get the best of him. And he's a great teacher. Many people, he was, wanted to hear that. I don't care for it. But it was people that care for his teaching. Because I truly believe that it's going to be a time where we all going to come together on one accord. I believe all that. But sometimes you can't tell it to everybody. He got too big, when he came on social media. And it went to his head. And how he was exploiting them women, having them on Twitter, doing all that porn. Tell me right now, guys, how could God get the glory out of all that? The Most High God couldn't get the glory out of that. And we know that his life was an open book. He wanted everybody to see what he was doing. But not everyone agreed to that lifestyle. Even though we know it got people do more worse than what he done. We know people out there do even worse. But their life is not on display. Their life is not for the world. You hung your own self. And all they're going to do, all those tapes, all that stuff that you put out there is going to be used against you. It's going to be used against you. But the sad thing about it is that your own people going to be the ones that going to put the nail to your coffin. And you see it. You see it right now. You knew. Nature Boy knew what was going to happen to him. He knew. He knew it was coming down. That's why he gave his address out. Trust me, someone gave him heads up. If someone didn't give him heads up, then the spirit had told him he was going down. You think this man would have put his address out if he knew that, he was going to have rest in his house? He knew it was no rest in that house no more. He knew that it was either to go out in style, and that's what he did, went out in style. All the stuff that he said, even he said it was going to be a woman. Didn't he say it was going to be one? Which usually that's how it is. It always be a woman that's going to bring you down to your knees. Nature Boy let his fleshly desires derail him from the plan. I remember that video. He also said Soular and Natureboy was going to be together and start their tribe. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. All the stuff that he has spoken. That's why I know, Nature Boy, I truly believe that he was gifted. And nobody gonna make me think no otherwise that Nature Boy wasn't gifted. Nature Boy was gifted. It's just that he didn't practice what he preached. He let it get to his head, and that's why the Most High God don't show us the gifts. We be asking why everybody can see the gifts in me, but I can't see it. Because God knows that if he show you your gifts, then you're going to get the big head. And you're going to start exalting yourself. You're going to start calling yourself Almighty God. And that's what Natureboy did. He allowed his flesh to consume him, to take him out. Because he started off great. This was his dream, to go out there into nature. And he did accomplish what he did, but he tore it down with his own hands. He has so many people following and believing in his teaching. Young people, very young people. They believed in his teaching. They believed anything that came out of his mouth. But what he did was he moved the Most High God out the way and put himself in the middle, in the midst of it. And that right there was danger. That was danger. But I know for sure that he's not the Most High God. But I do know that he has a gift. And it's going to show up and show out in court. We're going to see. We're going to see how it's going to play out. Tasha said, I think Gagat, a.k.a. Nat, is trying to be Natureboy as well. Natureboy, I don't know. There's a lot of people wanting to be Natureboy. There was a lot of people that was really jealous, very jealous of Natureboy. Wanted to be him. Tell me what man that you know wouldn't want a bunch of beautiful women around them. What woman, what man you know? When I used to watch Natureboy, I used to say, man, how did this man pull this off? I used to say the same thing. How could this man pull this off? Beautiful women, beautiful people, young people surrounding him. If this man would have told them to drink his bath water, these people would have drunk his bath water, which most likely some of them did already. You know? And his disciples, the men that was around him, seeing that Natureboy having all the fun like a Soular. The Soular talked about it on this video right here. He talked about how Natureboy, he was getting himself off, and all he was doing was watching. And they told us, oh, they wasn't jealous. Now, all the while we know that they was jealous. A lot of them jealous. The men was jealous. The men that was talking about this, and they was jealous. And they would have done anything to help Natureboy go under. And Natureboy couldn't see it because he thought they was laughing with him. But all the while they was laughing at him. And people get jealous. People get jealous, especially when you see a man can control so many people. They got jealous when Malcolm X. You remember when Malcolm X, I watched that movie, Malcolm X, when who that was? Malcolm X, yeah, when he had all of his men to go to the jailhouse when one of their brothers was in jail. And I remember when the police had came out and said, no, you got to disperse this. This got to stop. Malcolm X took his finger, snapped his finger, and the crowd turned one way. And these white cops say, this man got this much power. They had to do something about this. They hate to see when we have power. They hate to see when we come together. That's why we got to have a spirit of discernment. We cannot keep letting it get to our head. Every time when we get into leadership position, we allow it to consume us. We allow it to take over us. Don't you know, guys, we can be a great nation. We all can come on one accord and we can start building for ourselves. We can do all this. But we got to stop trying to manipulate people. Stop trying to use people. Stop trying to take advantage of people. Because we can do it. I believe this right here, this is the year where we all can come together on one accord. We can exit right now out of Babylon. And I'm not talking about exit. I'm talking about Babylon in the mind. We could come out of all this. But we got to stop sitting there exalting ourselves. Stop being so jealous. Stop trying to take advantage of people. Stop trying to manipulate people. Because when they bless, you are blessed too. We cannot sit there and come together in unity without sitting there trying to destroy one another, trying to take advantage of one another. Guys, we can be a great nation. We can, because everything, look around you right now. You built it all. You are the lifeline to everything. Without you, it won't be them. But we have to learn to work together and leave these people's stuff alone. If Natureboy would have left these people's stuff alone and did what he's supposed to do right there in the jungles or wherever he was, and teach like he's supposed to be teaching the 5 science or whatever they teaches, I promise you, he would have had so many people following him. So many people would have been following him. Because he even caught my attention. And I know the Most High God sent me to warn him, but he even caught my attention. But he allowed his flesh to take control of everything. Because he wanted to make it a show. He took God's gift and he smeared it. He didn't know that he had a gift that was sent from on high in his hand. He didn't know. He misused the gift. And many of us have gifts and we misuse it. Hey, Rachel, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. Girl, I wasn't prepared for this. I was going to talk about something else. But when I saw this, I just, it's just so much, guys. We all have a gift. And Natureboy had a gift. He had a gift. This dude, when he teach, everything would stand still. And when you could get the younger generation And you know the younger generation, trust me, in order to get their attention, you got to be somebody. Because these younger generation, trust me, they not moved by nothing. And Nature Boy had captured a younger generation. And these people would have went above and beyond for him. Because they believe that teaching. Because they need something that they can hold on to. I'm doing great, Rachel. Glad you're here. You know, people just looking for something to hold on to, something to believe. Because all the stuff that was told to us, it was a lie. And we seen that all this stuff was told to us was a lie. So they need something to believe in. And they believed in Nature Boy. They believed in him. But what he did, he allowed it all to go to his head. The power consumed him. He allowed his power to take over him. And he's not the first, he's not the last. Many people have done that, misused their gifts. But nobody ever sat there and did it openly. Nobody never displayed their entire life on social media. Only one that we know that did it, recorded their entire life, and that was Nature Boy, besides Jesus Christ. And that's real talk. And that's real talk. Jesus Christ, his entire display, he put his whole life on display. Jim Jones didn't do it. You remember Jim Jones? He went and he took his cult and hid him in some jungle somewhere. He didn't want the world to see what was going on. And when the world went over there, when people went over there to see what was going on with their loved ones, he destroyed them all. But Nature Boy, he kept his entire life on display. And I remember when the Most High God had sent me to him. And I sat there and I told him, I pray that this is for entertainment purpose only. I told him that. Because he was doing a little too much. Taji said the teachings are valid, but he used it teaching and not used the teaching when it suited him. What had happened was, Tasha, what he did was he removed the Most High God out the way and he put himself in the way. And anytime when you do something like that, that is dangerous. Because what you do is you exalt yourself. And that's what he did. But time is, like I say, the real show is about to begin right now. The real show will begin. And it's going to be right there in that courthouse. So if he say that he's called by God, or if he say that he's God, he's the Messiah, he's the one, then time gonna tell. Because we know that Jesus said he was coming. So time gonna tell. Time gonna tell. Because I don't think that Jesus Christ, the Messiah, the chosen one, gonna take a plead. But I believe Nature Boy gonna take a plea. And if Nature Boy don't take a plea and he go all the way through, this is going to be a hell of a show. But it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare to everybody that was connected to him. Everybody. It's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be entertainment for us. Just like it's entertainment for us now, Frida. But it's going to be a nightmare to everyone, even the ones that left that cult. It's going to be a nightmare for them. You can rest assured of that. You can rest assured of that. So we're going to see if Nature Boy was the one. We're going to see if Nature Boy was the one. Is he the one that they talked about? Because we know that Jesus said he was coming. Is he the one? Time gonna tell. Time will tell. And if I'm not mistaken, guys, I think that Nature Boy goes to court tomorrow. And they're gonna lay down tomorrow everything. And most likely, that's why his attorney got off it. And if his attorney got off of that case, then they might postpone it again. And the reason why they're going to postpone it again, because he don't have an attorney to represent him. We did it before. Black Wall Street is a prime example. They tried to completely erase that massacre from history. Yes. Yes. They are afraid when we come together. They are afraid when Black people come together. Because they know when we come together, there's unity. There's power. It's a force to be reckoned with when we come together. They know that. That's why they try all types of things to distract us. And I'm pretty sure that they distracted Nature Boy, and that's why he had got off track and started wilding out, because people didn't believe in his teaching. And you know that he thought that he was a guru, and by people sitting there focusing on him doing all this other stuff, you know, doing things to his children, all that stuff take you off track. And once you get off track, it's hard to get back on track, to get back into your teaching. Some of that stuff probably was set up, but he bit off it. Instead of he sitting there ignoring the naysayers and the outsiders, he was soaking it all in. And right there was his downfall. Because what he should have done, he should have stayed with his teaching. He should have stayed with his teaching. But that's just to show you right there that his flesh was weak. Because see, Jesus, he stayed with his teaching all the way until the end. All the way until the end, until they nailed him to the cross. He stayed all the way to his teaching. Now, if Nature Boy, tomorrow, we're going to see. Because this right here now, school is over with. It's time to live it now. Everyone that was in carbonation, that's what I'm going to put as my title. School is over with. This right here is where it's time to live it. This right here, this is the real show right here. And a lot of stuff that Nature Boy was doing, just like I had said, you know, he had me to turn twice, you know. Because some of the stuff he said, some of the stuff he, was doing, it's kind of made sense. I believe that we're going to come together. I believe that all the ones that was locked up, unjust, I believe that they're going to come out. I believe that we all going to come together and build our own, live off of nature. I don't know if it's going to be to the extreme where he says it's going to be, because, we are so conditioned with Babylon, ain't nowhere in the world that some of us would even survive. Because we so conditioned with the system, the way that, we always live, for them to just lay it all down and forget about how they used to live, come out of the AC and all this food that, they was fast food, and just let it all go and just join carbonation. It takes great discipline to do that. So when they did that, I commend them. Because most of these young kids, they grew up on fast food, because their parents was young and their parents wasn't cooking like our parents used to cook with our grandmother. These kids was mostly eating fast food. And for them to sit there and give it all up and go into carbonation, it takes great discipline to do that, guys. And like I say in here, I'm team right. It takes great discipline. But like I said, a lot of stuff that Natureboy did, he allowed his flesh to get in the way. If he would have turned himself off to the outside world and continue with his teaching, I believe that he would have been able to make it. I believe that he would have had so many supporters. And I believe that these people would have came together and helped him build carbonation, melanation, or whatever names that they have, because, they change their names just about every month. But I believe that it would have worked out. But by he's letting these unequal yoke people in and allowing his flesh to get the best of him, it tore it down. It tore it down. It tore it down. And can we build again? Just like Tasha said, can we build again? Can we build Black Wall Street? Can we build again? Yes, we can. Can we build back Black Wall Street, guys? Give me a yes if we can build it back. Give me a yes if we can build back Black Wall Street. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. But the only way that we can build back is that we have to stop hating on one another. That's the key word. Hating on one another. We got too many people that wants to be chief, and nobody wants to be Indians. Everybody wants to be the head, and nobody wants to be the tail. And not everybody can join you. When we build back Black Wall Street, everybody can be a part of it. Just like I told you guys, there are children of darkness that's walking amongst us. Unequal yoke people. Just like the children of Israel, just like our forefathers. Some of them was not able to cross over. They couldn't cross over. They had to die in their wilderness. It's some people that will die in their wilderness. Some people is not ready to cross over because they still have that slave mentality. But can we build back Black Wall Street? Yes, we can. Yes, it can. But the only way that we can build back, first we have to take the chains off of our mind. We have to tear down those strongholds. We have to separate the sheep from the goats. Because if not, the goats gonna eat up everything. And not everybody can be a part of it. Some people have to watch from a distance. Because if they come in your camp, they will tear it up. They will tear it down. And we as Black people, we want everybody in our camp. I'm just as guilty. That's how I let everybody in my business, everybody in my shop, let them all in. People that say, oh, just because they look like a Christian and dress like a Christian, I'm letting them in. Not knowing I was letting in the biggest devils. Everybody that smile, that does not mean that they of God. Just like the Bible say, everybody that say, Lord, Lord, that does not mean that they are of God. Because we have wolves amongst us in sheep clothing, seeking who they can devour. Not everybody can be a part of this. Not everyone. They only can watch from a distance. Because everything that they touch, hell follows. And that's why only the younger generation was able to cross over. The older generation died out. The older generation died in their wilderness. Only the young ones was able to come out. Why you think the devil is after just the young ones? Because he know that if he get the seed, he know that he can get you. Because his job is to prove us as guilty before the Most High God. Rachel say yes, but we as people have gotten so far away from morals, values, etc. And like you say, that's crabs in a barrel mentally. And that's one closet to you be the worst, and the ones closer to you be the worst sometimes. Yes. The Bible talks about that. The worst enemies are in your foes. Your foes, your families. The ones that you break bread. Look at Soular. That's why I told you guys, you could take all this stuff that had happened, Natureboy, and you could look at it all in a spiritual realm. Because like I said, nothing new is under the sun. Nothing new is under the sun. It's always the people that break bread with you is the ones that's going to tear you down. And that's why I say you have to be careful who holding up your ladder. Because the same ones that's holding up your ladder, seeing you going up, like I say, it's the same ones that's going to shake you down. Your foes, the ones you break bread with, your friends, your family. Because even Jesus Christ said, He said, if it was a stranger, and I'm paraphrasing it, he said, I would have known. He said, but it's the ones that I slept with, the ones that I broke bread with. Those the ones that had handed him over to the enemies. Those are the ones that had arrested him. The ones that he broke bread with. And we seen it right now play it out. And that's why I sit there and say, nothing is new under the sun. When those children, Frida, was in, when the children of Israel, our forefather, was in the wilderness, the older generation, they died out. Only Joshua and Caleb and the children 25 and under was the only ones that was able to cross over to come out of the wilderness. And those, the ones that was able to come out, is our ancestors, our forefathers. Even though some of them came out, they still had the residue. That mindset was still in them. Even though someone was able to come out, but they still have the residue. And that's why they was able to sit there and worship these false animals. These false idols, and worship those false gods, because they still had the residue of their father on them. They still had the residue of their forefather. And that's why the Most High God had put them into captivity for 400 years. And we are still in captivity today, 400 and plus years, because we cannot put down our idols. God right now, and we are living right now, I believe that the Bible is a prophecy. And I believe right now that today the Most High God wants to take us into the promised land. Because one thing about the Most High God, his word will never come back void. If God says it, it settles. And I don't know whose report that you're going to believe, but I'm going to believe the report of God. And the reason why some of us have not crossed over is because we still wallowing in our mess. We still comfortable living in this mindset called Babylon. We're not ready to come out. But God right now he's sending someone right now to tell us right now that we can exit. But in order for us to exit, we have to put down our idols. Give these people their stuff back. And once we give these people their stuff back, then we can be able to cross over. But I believe this right here is end times right now. This right here is end times right now. And most of the stuff that Natureboy talked about, some of that stuff that he talked about, yes, it's happening right now. As we speak, it's happening right now. Even when he talked about the Antichrist, how the Antichrist was going to come. He said the Antichrist is going to come as a bisexual. That stuff is true. And you can read that in the book of Daniel. Daniel talked about this, how the Antichrist is going to reveal himself. All that stuff right there is in the book of Daniel. But all that stuff have to take place before the coming of God. All the stuff that you've seen happening into the world. This stuff it got to happen. It got to take place. But the ones that are set apart, the remnant, they don't have to worry about it. Because the Bible says nothing gonna come near us. Nothing is gonna come near us. But all this stuff that you're seeing right now is an eye open, because I don't believe that nothing here is by mistake. Nothing here is by mistake. Everything that happened is a lesson learned. Yes, we have been kept financially ignorant. Yes, we have. And not only financial ignorant, but also spiritually ignorant. We are spiritually ignorant, not just only financially. Because see, the reason why we can't cross over right now, because just like Tasha said, we're not good stewards. We're not good stewards over our money. So that's why we're not crossing over now. The Most High God, He's here. But we're not ready to come out because we like it in here. Just like the children of Israel, they like being in Pharaoh's house. We love being suppressed. We love being oppressed. Long as they could dingle this stuff all in our face and we feel like we living, yes, we're going to stay in our mess. We're going to stay wallowing in our mess because we are not good stewards over our money. Soon in a minute, we get a little few change. Look how God tested us. God tested some of us with the stimulus checks. He tested us, some of these people, with the PP loans. Many bitty people had got those PP loans. Many people had got stimulus checks. And what did we do? What did we do with the stimulus check? What did we do with the PP loan? I'll wait. What did we do with it? Gave it right back to the white man. And that's exactly what we would do if we get our reparation check. The minute we get our reparation check, what are we going to do? Hand it right back over to them instead of being good stewards of our money. Don't you know when we come together, we can build Black Wall Street, we can build black banks, we can build black schools. And the demons will tremble, those devils will tremble. Those devils will tremble. But long as we buying labors, buying name brand stuff and buying cars and buying all this material stuff, we're going to stay in the wilderness. We're going to continue living in the wilderness because we're not ready to come out. God have given us so many ways out. He have opened so many doors for us. So many doors that He have opened for us. But we're not ready to walk through it because we're not ready to lay down our idols. We're not ready to come out of Babylon. We like it. We like wallowing in our mess. And the thing about it is we like helping them to do their job. We love helping them do the job. We do their job for them where they don't even have to do anything no more. All they have to do is just sit back. We do the job for them. That's sad. That is sad. We so busy sitting there running around trying to crucify each other, nailing our own people to the cross. But yet, when it's their people, they letting them out scot-free. Look at this woman, this white woman, a school teacher. A school teacher been having sex with her student since he was 13 years old, sexual abusing this child. A school teacher. Since the child was 13 years old. And all they gave her was 60 days. 60 days in jail. That's a slap in our face. That's a slap in our face, and a 10-year probation. Been molesting was with this child since he was 13 years old. That's an insult. That's an insult to every Black person. Where is the outrage, Black people? Where is the outrage with that? See, we gonna turn the other hand. We gonna turn the other head when it's other people. But let it be our people. We would have went after that brother or that sister, and we would have handed them over on a silver platter to our white suppressors, and turn them in. But you don't see them doing that. They all in our business trying to help us do our job. But this school teacher, this white school teacher, admitted that she been messing with that child since he was 13 years old. And if I'm not mistaken, she got pregnant for him. And all the judge gave her was 60 days, guys. 60 days. And look at Ari Kelly. Ari Kelly got 30 years. 30 years. And this white lady, a school teacher, the standards should have been set so high for her where she wouldn't have never been able to walk out of prison because she was a school teacher. She knew better. And all she got for molesting, having sex with this child at 13 years, when he was 13 years old, 60 days. 60 days. Where's the outcry? Where is the outcry? Why we don't have these trolls, our people, our own people, hunting this woman down, protesting in front of the courthouse, writing the judge, asking the judge, how can he allow this school teacher to only get 60 days? Because if it was one of us, they would have threw the book at us. But the sad thing about it is that we would have handed our own to the judge like we're doing now. That's just to show you that we got a long ways to go. You are right, Tasha. We are living in the last and evil days. Look at what is happening. And the thing about it is that we have eyes and we can't see. We have ears and we cannot hear. We are so spiritually blind because we're so busy looking at each other, fighting with one another. And while these devils just slide on by, those devils just slide on by. But see, we got our pickers and choosers. And that's the way that our brain is wired. Our brain is wired to tell on each other, to put our foot on one another's neck and turn the cheek when it's somebody else. That's the way our brain is wired. That's why we can do what we do now. That's sad, guys. Just to show you that we live in a sick world. It's just to show you we live in a sick world, guys. You know why we can't get justice? Why we get the book thrown at us? Huh? Why? It's messed up, guys. We just messed up. I want to know, are we ready? Are we ready to cross over? If Jesus Christ will even come today, the Messiah, the chosen one, if he will come today, would you be ready? Would you be ready? Because they proved us that we would still mess it up. We're not ready. Putting those stimulus checks and those PP loans and all this stuff in our way, that was just a test to see if we was ready. We are not good stewards over money. We are horrible when it comes to investment. We are very horrible, and they know that. They know it. If we get our reparation to check our reparation today, we'll just give it right back. And that's real talk. That's real talk. Tasha says she'll use hers to go back to school. Praise the Lord. I wish we had more people like Tasha. We had more people like Tasha, because I believe when she go to school and she graduate and she get that degree, she's going to sit there and she going to invest wisely. She ain't going to give it back. She ain't going to make them more powerful than what they already are. Don't you know, when we start building and coming together, we can tear their kingdom down? We can tear their kingdom down. Tasha say equal rights is an illusion, and she's right. Absolutely. It's an illusion. There's no such thing. Show me where it's equal at. Show me. Because if it was equal, no way in the world this school teacher would have been given 60 days after molesting, having with her own student, 13 years old. Where is equal rights with that? But I have come to the terms right now, what really, it don't even bother me anymore. What bothers me is when I'm talking to my people. But our people have to wake up, because we doing the most. We are doing the most. And that's why I say some of us, it's not going to cross over. Some of us going to stay stuck, wallowing in our mess. In the hog pen. Because we're not ready to come out. Even if the Messiah will come right now, which he's here, you won't do nothing but crucify him to the cross, pin him to the cross as well. Anybody that tells you how to come out of Babylon, you would nail him to the cross. That's exactly what you would do. Because you're not ready. If the truth will come smack dab in your face, you're not ready. And that's why I tell you guys, when I speak, when I open up my mouth, I'm only talking to the remnant. It's not for everybody because not everybody's going to catch it. Only the chosen ones, only the ones that have ears that can hear and eyes that can see what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. Not everybody's going to grab a hold to this. Not everybody's going to grab a hold to it. But I don't know about you, but I'm ready. And that's why it's best for us to be ready than to get ready, because you never know when he's going to come. Because the Bible says when he comes, he's going to come like a thief in the night. And one thing that we know, when a thief is not going to come and warn you. A thief would never tell you, hey, D, I'm coming in and I'm going to rob your house. A thief ain't going to tell you that. What thief that you know going to warn you, call you up and tell you that he's going to sit there and rob you? A thief is not going to do this. He's just going to show up while you sleep. And there's a lot of people right now still asleep. And long as they keep throwing us little pieces here and there, they going to continue rocking us to sleep. We ain't ready to come out. We are not ready to come out. Don't you know we are the majority? Don't you know we are now the first? The Bible talked about that. The last going to be what? The first is going to be what? Last, and the last is going to be first. God is raising us up. The Most High God is raising us up. He's breathing new life in these dead bones. But the reason why we can't see it because we so spiritually and physically blind. We can't see. We so busy looking at one another, seeing what the Joneses got. I want what the Joneses got. How can you have what the Joneses got when you don't know what it took for the Joneses to get what they got? The Joneses could be living like the Waltons inside. I always tell you that, guys. It's time for us to wake up. You know? Either now or it's too late. Frida say destruction is coming like a thief in the night. She's right. And the destruction is here right now. They planning your death. They planning your death. But it's not going, but the Most High God said not so. He said not so. Not so. And the only reason why we don't see it, because we're not ready to come out of her. We're not ready to shake off those grave clothes. We're not ready to hand these people their stuff back, knowing that that stuff would rust, knowing that that stuff would turn them off. And I tell you guys all the time, have you ever seen a U-Haul at the graveyard? You never saw a U-Haul at the graveyard. So what makes you think you're going to take that stuff with you when you can leave those legacy down to your children's children? Some of us die today or tomorrow, won't have nothing. Nothing. We won't leave nothing to no one. Because we're so busy sitting there trying to gather it all for ourselves. Can't you see it? Can't you see that these people tested us? The Most High God used these people to test us. And the minute when we was given that money, we didn't know what to do with it. We almost lost our mind trying to break our neck to give it right back into master's hands. Tasha says there are so many black men in jail. Women have no choice but to become in tune with masculine energy. God wants to change that. He wants to change that. God wants to change that. I would be, guys, I'm going to be back. Sorry about that. I'm back. Let me go ahead and answer this question right here. This is so true, Tasha. Tasha said, there are so many black men in jail. Women have no choice but to become in tune with masculine energy. Let me answer that question. And I pray in the name of Jesus that I would decrease and God would increase. The system is not broken. And I always say that. The system is working exactly the way that it was designed to work. And that's exactly what they wanted. Them devils, they wanted to incarcerate black men. They've been hunting down the black man since the beginning. The black man been hunted down like sheep for the slaughter. Because they know if they can sit there and destroy the black man, then they know that they can destroy the entire black race. But the devil is a lie, because we don't die, we multiply. Every time when they tried to do something to us, we never died. We always multiply. But that's what the enemy wants us to believe. He wants to believe that when you remove the black man out of the way, then the women gonna start looking like men, and the men gonna start looking like women. Because he knows that you are a threat. The black man is a threat. He's a threat. And that's what they want us to believe. That's what the devil wants us to believe. You break the black man, then I promise you the women gonna start looking like men. And all the target is on the black race. Because see, they're not gonna do their people like that. They're only gonna do our people like that, but they're not gonna treat their people like that. Because see, they felt like the black woman was meant to serve the white race anyway. Hello, Noel. How you doing? Guys, happy blessed Sunday. Make sure you go ahead and share these videos, hit like, comment for more unapologetic content, because in here is only grown folks, and we eat milk. We eat meat. We don't drink milk, okay? But that's exactly what they want us to do. Because see, they felt that the black woman was only to serve the white woman and the white man. So long as they could sit there and separate us out of the home, take our men and put them into the slaughterhouse, which that's all jail is. That's all jail is a slaughterhouse. Come out with felony charges, come out not knowing if they're a woman or a man. Like I say, the system is not broke. The system is only designed what the system is doing, because if you could throw the book at one of us, but yet your own doing the same thing, I just told you guys how this white woman, a school teacher that's supposed to be teaching your babies, messing with a 13-year-old child, had a baby for that child, and only got 60 days. 60 days. The devil is a liar. That's why I told you guys the system was only designed for you. Stop helping these people do their job. Stop helping these people do their job. We running around here handing our people to them. But yet there are people doing the same thing. The same thing. And never see the inside of a jail. And even if they see it, they in and out. A man still in jail for marijuana possession, but marijuana is legal since it can be taxed. And what I hate about this, let me tell you what I hated about this, Tasha. Girl, you giving me some good questions. You're going to keep me on here long, and my throat going to be hurting. My throat going to be hurting because, you know, I just had parathyroid surgery. Let me get this one, because this right here, this question right here, you just don't know. I've been going to the Father for so long about this question right here. And I'm going to tell you what was given to me. Tasha said, men still in jail for marijuana possession, but marijuana is legal since it can be taxed. Want me to tell you what really got me? They arrested all of our people that had marijuana charges and threw the book at them. Knowing that all that marijuana was not coming from them. They was not growing it. And what happened was, I went to my father and I said, how is this so? When they made marijuana legal, all you start seeing is white people coming out of the woodwork with business. Everywhere you look, white people was coming out with businesses selling marijuana. I remember seeing a document on CNN how this white guy, he gloated when he passed by the prisons, and he said half of the black people is in jail today behind marijuana, and now it became legal. We got $1 billion business. We making $1 billion business. Tell me, guys, help me to make this make sense. How can our people get arrested of selling marijuana, but all of a sudden when they made it legal, all the white people came out of the woodwork with businesses? How is that so? To me, that would be like a slap in my face to know that they are profiting over something that have divided our families, split our families up, got our men and women in jail, in prison, where they threw the book at them. But now these white people, the majority of white people, coming up with billion-dollar businesses. Don't you think it should have been the other way around since we've been incarcerated for it? Look like we should have came out, be the first ones to came out with the businesses since we was the ones that was in jail for it. So look like we should have been the first ones coming out with the businesses, because the way that they had it look like we already had our crops. Somebody please help me to make this make sense. And you are absolutely right, Tasha. They come out not being able to vote or get a job to support their selves and their family. Because just like I say, the system is not broken. The system is only doing what the system was designed to do. But yet we helping these people do their job. All kind of tactics have been used to oppress and exterminate our people. But the thing about it, Rachel and Tasha, is that we don't see it. It's not, we not doing anything about it. We helping them. But the target is us. Look at R. Kelly. We know what R. Kelly did was wrong. Ain't nobody excusing R. Kelly of what he did. But we sat there and we kept pounding on it and kept knocking on the DA doors, kept persecuting them. We just kept it up until these people came and threw the book at this man, gave him 30 years. Then we wondering, how can this man get 30 years over something that happened so many years? We wondering now because you helped put him in there. You helped put him in there. And this man couldn't read, he couldn't write. All he did was sing. But yet we got this school teacher. Guys, I can't let this pass. I can't wrap my head around this. A school teacher it don't make no sense, guys. It's just to show you that we live in a world that love is on. That's why I told you guys, stop helping these people do their job. Stop helping these people do their job. Let them do their own job. All kinds of tactics have been used to oppress us. They put all kinds of obstacles in our way. All the laws that you see right now today that's set in place, it wasn't for them. It was for us. They put, every time we complain about something, they're going to make a law to sit there and set us back. But we don't see it. We don't see it. Because we so busy. We so comfortable sitting at master table. While he throwing us a few crumbs here and there. Not knowing master is working overtime on us. And the only ones are reaping the benefits. And that's his people, his children, his seeds. They are the only one reaping the harvest because we're not. That's why I'm so glad they exposing all this stuff now with Sesame Place, Disney, those characters, how they suing Sesame Place, Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, sue them all. That's a way to stop racism. Hit them in their pockets, which it won't stop racism, but at least we know one thing, it'll make them think. They'll think twice. I'm so glad that the Most High God have given us cameras. Expose them. Because the things that they used to do, they can't do no more. Rachel said, now all of a sudden, black women are 3 times likely to die giving birth. That's the argument to support abortion. They'll put everything on us, Rachel. Everything. We ain't never had a problem of giving birth. If anybody had a problem of giving birth, it's them. And that's facts. Google it. We never had problems like that. Never. Just like all these diseases out there, that's man-made. Man-made to target us. Every disease. How in the heck, guys? Every disease, every new disease, they say is because of the black people, because of came out of Africa. They don't take no accountability of what they do. But yet they can't stay out of Africa. See, they'll tell you all that, and you're going to believe it. Because their job is to keep you out, to keep you from going back to the motherland, to keep you, because they know where all the minerals, everything is at. They don't want you to be a part of that. So they're going to tell you it's gloom and doom. But I promise you, and I'm going to continue saying it, if Africa sat there and cut the lifeline to every country, they will suffer. Because Africa is the lifeline to every country. We are more important than what we think. We are more valuable than what we think. If we only knew what they know. But we too blind to see. We too blind to see. And that's why they can work overtime on us. The African continent is full of natural resources. Yes. And that's why they stole everything that was nailed down, including us. They knew Africa is the 10th of the of God's, the apple of God's eye. That 10th belongs to the Most High God. God set Africa aside just for him and his chosen people, us. And that's why they went in there and took everything that was not nailed down. But yet we had one of the presidents of the United States saying about calling it an S-hole. The S-hole got there because you dug so deep down there where you could see the outskirts of hell trying to take the children's bread. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Like I say in here, we're going to speak truth. All of the artifacts, all in Britain, the Culligan diamond, the big old huge diamond that Queen Elizabeth have on her crown. Talking about when she don't even want to wear the crown, because when she put the crown on her head, it hurts the back of her neck because it wasn't made for you. That diamond was not for you. It's the children's bread. Return it back to those children. Return all that stuff back to Africa. And the reason why we don't see all that, guys, is because we are so distracted to all this foolish stuff. That's why I say we got a long ways to go. A long ways to go. We're not ready. Because see, if we was ready, we'll be talking just like this. We will be talking just like this. So that's just to show you that we are not ready. This right here is just for a few, just for the remnant. Just for the remnant. Just for the remnant. We not ready to come out. Not knowing that the earth is the Lord. Not knowing that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. And the things that dwells in. Everything. It belongs to us. So why do you allow these people to carve it into an image and sell it back to you? All they doing is selling your stuff back to you. It belongs to you. That's just like someone coming in my house, taking my stuff and going out and sell it. And I'm buying my stuff back. Does that make sense? Tell me, do that make sense, guys? So why is we allowing these people to resell stuff that's already ours? Why? Because we are a lost generation. That's why. We are a very lost generation that don't even know who we are. And that's why they can do what they do to us. And just like I said, they know us better than we know ourselves. We don't know who we are. That's why we want to zap the melon all out our body. Because we don't know that it's liquid gold, but they do. We don't know why they hunt down our black men, especially our black young men, like sheep for the slaughter. Because you don't know that your organs are very valuable, but they know. You don't understand why they take our brothers and incarcerate them. Free labor, modern day slavery. Throw them out, can't get a job. They know they're going to be back. You'll be back. That's what they're going to tell you. You'll be back. And most likely they will. They'll be back. Because the Bible says, if a man don't work, if he don't eat, what he going to do? He going to go out there and he going to steal. So he going to be back out there, back in jail. Like I say, the system is not messed up, dude. The system is doing exactly what it's designed to do. Who will go out of their way to be a hindrance for nothing? We as a people are very intelligent, creative, and resourceful. And they know it. Been working, knowing it. Yeah, they know it. But some of us don't know it. That's why we so quick to put our foot on our brother's neck. Why are we not asking these people, not asking, demanding these people to return all that stuff back to the ones that own this, who it belongs to? Why is all the artifacts still in Britain? Don't you know I read they said the reason why they're not going to send all the artifacts back to Africa because they won't know what to do with it. They'll just destroy it. Now, how the heck you going to tell people what to do with something that belongs to them? Devil, you is a liar. With all these politicians, pastors, and celebrities being exposed, let me know that something big is coming. Yeah. Yes. God is ripping the sheets off of them. God is ripping the sheets off of them. God is ripping the sheets off of them. They are being exposed. And the thing about it is some of our people, they going down with them because they know better. They got people right now don't even want to have nothing to do with God. Don't even want to have nothing to do with the churches. That's why the churches today is standing on one leg. Judgment has fallen. Judgment has fallen. The churches today is standing on one leg. People don't want to go in those churches today. Those churches is nothing but a fashion show. Hollywood. If you want to see the actress, the real actress, go into the church house. Full actress. That's why the guy, the assistant pastor, whoever he was, you remember Bishop Whitehead? When someone went in and robbed him, and one of his assistant pastors that was sitting down with the Bible in his hand, the man didn't even move. The man did not move. And the reason why he didn't move, because he thought it was a part of an act. Because the church have great pretenders. What the heck is this man going in the hood with $400,000 worth of jewels on? What the heck is that? How can God get the glory out of that? Driving up in his Rolls Royce in front of a slum, never took time to sit there and maintenance the outside nor the inside. Looked like they just threw the curtains up there. Just to show you that place was nothing but a den of thieves. All this man needed was some kind of place so he can come in and get the money and get out. He didn't care how the place looked. He didn't care. Stepping over all kinds of trash with his expensive shoes on, his Gucci suits on, going into a shack, a rundown building. He didn't care. All he need is just a place, just a building to get these silly sheeps in, dump all their money into their pockets, and bounce. Look how his prayer closet. He had cameras going into his prayer closet. And just like I had told you guys on my video, I'm thinking that it will have Bibles and all kinds of stuff laid out there in his prayer closet. The man has designer suits. That's his prayer closet. Designer shoes, jewelry. The man worshiped material possession. Now you know good well that's not right. Tasha say, how can they arrest a white man that just completed a mass shooting but shot an unarmed black man in the back? Because the system, that's the way the system is designed. That white man is not a threat to him. But you are. You're black man. Why you think they want to emasculate the black man? They're afraid of alpha black men. They want to see beta black men. Men running around in a skirt. Men that sitting there looking like a woman. They don't want to see alpha men. Really, they don't want to see no black man. But they'll do with them. They know how to de-escalate a white man that carrying an automatic gun, shooting up schools and buildings. They know how to sit there and de-escalate that. But an unarmed black man, they would sit there and they would use every bullet in their gun to take him down, hunt him down like sheep for the slaughter. Because they don't value you. That's why. They look at you as 1/5 of a human being. Most all those shootings, massive shootings, is their kind. And the most all the shootings that you see that they have taken down that was a black man, very seldomly that black man will be armed. But most of the ones that they hunt down is unarmed. That's just to show you we live a world that love its own. And now they're sitting there saying we sitting there trying to join with them. Let's fight for gun rights. They pushing you to the forefront to say, let's fight for gun rights. So they can go ahead and pass that bill, knowing that the majority of them never put down their guns. So how can you say, let's fight for gun rights when you never put down your guns? Their guns are like their Bible. When they see a gun in our arm, even if in our hands, even if it's in a place that's legal, they still will sit there and have a problem to take you down with it. But yet we sitting there saying, let's fight for gun right. You know, everything that these people tell us to do, it gonna always backfire on us. All they using you for is as a scapegoat. That's it. William said Moses had written a tablet, not God's answer. Moses only written what God allowed him to write. Moses only written on the tablet what God allowed him to write. And with Moses and his anger, didn't he broke the tablets? He threw it down. He had to go back and God had rewrote them. Something like that. And the thing about it, William Graves said, why racism? Why racism? That's a $1 million question. Why racism? Why racism? Why? Because it's sure not on our end. We could never be racist because we don't have the power. We don't have the power. Now, we can be prejudiced, but we could never be racist because we don't have the power. We don't have the power. Like I said, the system is not broken. The system is designed exactly the way that they wanted it. But it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to stand. Come up, wake up, oh sleepy heads. We've been asleep for so long. But it's time for someone to draw the line and say enough is enough. I'm gonna close it out at 8:00. And I might go ahead and edit that video because, like I said, that's why I had got demonetized because, they're very strict when it comes to certain people putting other people material on that. So most likely, I'm gonna go ahead and edit that out and just keep this right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it down at 8:00. But it's time for someone to draw the line and say enough is enough. White people wanted to remove black people in USA. White people wanted to remove black people in USA. That would never happen. That would never happen. They tried to remove us from the face of this earth, not the USA, the face of this earth. But how can you remove something that was already there? Without us, it won't be them. And that's real talk. Without us, it won't be them. Some of us might catch it by tomorrow because we still sitting at the feet of master. We don't know who we are. We don't like to research. The Bible says our people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. We have a huge search engine, but we don't like to research. We want to take them at their word. But when you start researching, you're going to realize that everything that they taught you, told you, it was a lie. It was a lie. But trust me, we're not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere, but I know who he is. It's doomsday for certain people. And they know that their race is dying out. The white race is dying out. The white race which it was already was, but now that you can't sit there and bypass all this high technology we got now, where now you got to come out with the truth now. The white race is soon to be the minority, which we already know it been, but let them have their little lie. But we are living now, where end times, and we ain't going nowhere. I promise you guys, we are not going nowhere at all. We are here to stay. So guys, I got 10 more minutes. You have any more questions? Because I've been here for a very, very long time. So if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and write. Let me know what you got. It's just to show you that we have a long ways to go. Tasha say it is really necessary to check what race I am on a document that let me know I am being judged on opinions based on race, not qualifying skills. True. Just to show you, the playing field is not fair. But when have it ever been fair? Never. Never. Let me read this right here to you guys. It says a former Texas teacher gets 60 days in jail for sexual relationship with an underage student. Did you hear that, guys? Where is the outcry, guys? Noel say powerful thought, provoking conversation this evening. Thank you, Noel. Girl, I give God the glory, and I promise you, it wasn't even, this right here was not even planned. I just let God have his way. Listen to this, guys. This comes from Fox News. It says, former Texas teacher gets 60 days in jail for sexual relationships with an underage student. A former Texas teacher was sentenced this week to 60 days in jail and 10 years of deferred adjudication probation for sexual abusing an underage student, enraging the local community who felt the judge was too lenient. 60 days, guys. That's a slap in our face. Marco Boudin, Bodine, 32, a school teacher, plead guilty to aggravating sexual abuse of a child under 14 She must register as a sex offender following her jail sentence. Budin began a sexual relationship with the boy when he was 13 years old. Authority says during their relationship, Budin sent the boy sexual explicit photographs and videos. Lord have mercy. Budin was arrested in April 2021 after the student called both the school and the police department, Tobin Police Department, and seen communities active criticize Budin's sentence as too lenient. That's a shame before God. Now you know good and well, if something like this would have happened, no way in the world that they would have given us 60 days. That's just to show you. But I blame our people because you see stuff like this, we'll turn the other cheek. Where is the outcry? Where is all the ones that sat there wanted to see justice for all the people that R. Kelly sat there and harmed? Grown folks sat there at that. Where is the outcry right now? You don't see nobody sitting there that was on that R. Kelly story. None of these bloggers talking about how a school teacher sat there and was messing with a 13-year-old student. You don't hear nobody talking about this. Where is the outcry? And the teacher should be held at a higher standard because she's a teacher. You don't see no bloggers talking about this. But I promise you, if it was one of our own, we would have knelt that person to the cross. We would have handed him over on a silver platter. But turn the other cheek when it's the other people. That's just to show you we still got a long ways to go. Show you we still got a long ways to go. They are realizing more white women are getting abortions, and that is why they want abortion more difficult in order to increase the white population. Girl, I already talked about that, Tasha. Tasha already done talk about this. You see, we look at everything that is about us. Oh, they trying to stop us with this Roe versus Wade. They don't want us to have our rights. Go set your tail down somewhere. These people sitting there, they worrying about trying to save their own butts, their own white race, because in 2045, Google, the white race is dying out. But see, the younger white race don't know what's going on. They don't know that those babies that they're trying to take out, they need them so that they can count those white babies. But if you go in and you taking out these babies, then the white race is going to die out for sure. Google this, guys. This is facts. This is not no theory. Ain't nothing wrong with us. Nothing is wrong with us. Do you think that these people would have sat there and had something against Roe versus Wade if it was for us when they already look at us as overpopulated? If anything, they would want us to go in and get rid of it. But they need to stop it because their people is going more to the slaughterhouse than what we are. And they need to save that race. They need to save that white race. William Gray said, why the hate crime? Long as they have, notice this right here. Notice this right here. The Ku Klux Klan, white Nazis, they never ever dismantled that organization. And we know that when it came to the Ku Klux Klan and white Nazis, white superior, whatever the race is, white supremacist race, whatever they got, they never dismantled those people. Have you ever asked the question why? And they did more damage than any. They was the worst terrorists in the world. But why they never dismantle the Ku Klux Klan, the white Nazis, Aryan nations, or whatever they call them? Why they never dismantle them? Why? Anybody got a question? Because look, I have only 1 minute. Do you know why they never dismantle the Ku Klux Klans, the Nazis, the Aryan nations? Why they never dismantle it? But every black organization, every black group that try to come together in peace, no violence, but it's a threat, they would dismantle them in a minute. Why? Why? And that's the question I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave you guys with that question right now. Why they never dismantle the Ku Klux Klans, the Aryan nations? Why? But every black organizations, they tore it apart. They dismantled it. We could never come together without them having a problem. But yet, the Ku Klux Klan's organization, the Aryan nations, still standing today. Wake up, people. Stop letting them rock you to sleep. When will someone say enough is enough? When? When? So on that note, Noel, amen. William Grave, Rachel, Tarsha, and everyone that was a part of my life, thank you guys. Make sure you hit like, comment, Marie, share these videos for more unapologetic content. Because in here, you're going to eat meat. So good night, guys.